they're a team that it's really good to play against because they're an insane practice, I would say. And there's been so many tournaments we've been knocked out by them, and tournaments we've knocked them out, but it's a bit less, I would say. So it's just great to play them every time.
Crème fraîche, moi j'ai toujours peur de Lynn, y a pas de souci. Qui me fait peur avec le décap en particulier, donc s'il ne l'utilise plus, bon bah on verra.
En fait, c'est vraiment une team qui joue sur la portée, donc sur la range, et aussi qui joue des armes qui sont jamais jouées à la base en compétition.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to eSportBrosTV's Full Wipe, presenting 4 of the top European Splatoon teams. Joining me here to give you guys a wonderful English cast, I got EGTV Eric and Captain Hydrus with me on the mics. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Yeah, doing more than fine. I'm really excited to see these teams battle it out. I've been a big fan of all 4. In particular, Crème Fresh. I'm a Crème Fresh fanboy, so I'm really interested to see how they play in this matchup. Because I don't think they actually played in the, what was it, the ESL tournament, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, though.
No, well, I think it was Crème Fresh versus Team Bai, and then it was Rising Moon versus Extermination. I think that was the matchup. So, yeah, I mean, like they said in the video, this is a very interesting matchup. Because this is a very aggressive meta where, especially when quick respawn stealth jump is such a huge part of the meta, but Crème Fresh is using a very interesting lineup in that they basically run double snipers, which is not something you normally see teams do.
Right. Yeah, it's becoming sort of a staple that they're known by. And I know that Lean's been talking about kind of moving away from the Squiffer recently in the last couple of weeks at least, and but either way, still possessing multiple talents on their team. I know Crème Fresh, beyond having the capacity for 2 snipers, they just have a roster of what I think 6 or 7 people that all can play and compete and work together on a similar level. So that's what they do employ that some other teams don't, is the kind of depth to the roster that let's say Rising Moon, for example, doesn't exactly have. So that's an advantage they do have. But once again, Rising Moon performing really well both online and offline. They winning the ESL tournament against all teams there and doing a spectacular job at it. So I don't know. It's yeah. Go ahead.
I will say, even though we have mentioned that Crème Fresh does run that double charger lineup here, as we're waiting for Majin to connect right now, Crème Fresh is not running that double charger lineup. That is a very aggressive lineup they're having. That's like 3 of their frontliners going up for them: Kyver, Majin Rose, and their newest acquisition, DeBoss.
DeBoss, dude, let's go.
Everyone in chat is like, "Whoa, DeBoss is on Crème Fresh now. What just happened?"
Yeah, no. So he recently joined in the last 2 weeks, and I don't know. I was really excited to see that as a Crème Fresh fanboy, seeing a North American player there representing Canadian soil. Really super solid to see. I'm interested to see how he slots into it, because Crème Fresh, I do say they have a deep roster, and they really do. But they typically, like, their top roster kind of had like 4 specific people, right?
Yeah.
And I wonder how much they can bend and break and kind of adapt without compromising exactly on what would be, I guess, considered their quote-unquote top lineup. And I think DeBoss fits in as a really good flex player in general. So we'll see. We'll see how he. I think this is the first time I've seen him play at least competitively for Crème Fresh. He's been looking for a team for a while, so I know this.
They've been on a roll
really
for a good long time. I think one of their recent big event, I think it was Turfacane 5. That was like a few weeks ago. It was basically it was Extermination versus Crème Fresh, and Extermination didn't win that out, but Crème Fresh had some amazing matches up against them. I think it almost actually went to a bracket reset, which is actually amazing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Crème Fresh is an amazing team, but Rising Moon is the hottest item to talk about in terms of Splatoon teams, because this is like the best of the best of French talent come together into this team, and it's just actually meshed so well together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
a French super team.
Yeah. You have the best of Cooldown. You have some of the best from Koopa Clan, and then you have Binks who comes from Pink Flood. So they just all came together and they're like, "Hey, wanna be like on the best team ever together."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. On that note, just to be very clear, we're going to be seeing we'll be updating schedules and standings throughout the stream. And you'll be seeing it on the screen in between intermissions and whatnot. I think the first match we'll be covering is Rising Moon and Crème Fresh, and afterwards we're going to head on over to the other side to take on Spanish Army versus Extermination, and the list will go on. There's going to be 6 total matches to be covering, and we'll have all of that, the scores and whatnot, updated through here. This is, from what I understand, a round robin pool.
Yes, so
and
this
we'll
is
be seeing these teams played out.
For those who don't know, this is basically an exhibition tournament featuring the 4 top teams, and they will all be playing a round robin against each other. So we'll see each team be matched up against each other, and just have an amazing day of Splatoon matches. No winners or losers here. Just do the best you can and show off what you can do.
I'd say there's winners.
I mean,
yeah,
sure. Someone has to get that 3-0. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could see a tie situation happening pretty easily, like just like 2 teams going 2-1 or something. Because I think it definitely needs to be said that these teams are pretty even and on par in terms of strength, and just really excited to see where this goes. But yeah, I believe in terms of hosting or whatever, they're changing the host right now and getting that situated, so maybe a little bit behind on schedule, but still we'll have the matchup shortly as possible. But Hydrus, I'm just curious to see what you think of the teams. Any particular opinions on any of these 4 teams? Because we'll be having all 3 of us cast, but at different times, and I know that BTM and I will be casting on the first matchup. So before we have to dip into our match, I want to get the lowdown from you between Rising Moon and Crème Fresh. Who do you have winning this game?
Rising Moon versus Crème Fresh. Well, the map list itself is pretty dynamic. They can all go either way. It's very 50-50. Really, I would see Rising Moon taking it. They're probably the most consistent Western team right now, and with QR allowed in this tournament, they're definitely going to have an edge because they know how to utilize that ability, their entire roster to the fullest. But Crème Fresh also knows how to battle it. They did not use it for a very long time based on moral fiber, but they've started to utilize it a little bit themselves. So I'm going to say Rising Moon, but it can go either way with such a volatile map list.
And first up here, we got what could have been a Crème Fresh special, but they're going with a much more up-close lineup here, using Benox as their main sniper. It's going to be Term Commando. I think that's I'm reading these German and French names. I think this is Tower Control.
Yes,
Tower Control.
Yeah,
okay.
I like that Binks is going.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that Binks is going dual squelcher here. It's a good counter behind the 52 gal. All right, guys, I will let you guys cast.
All right, thank you, much appreciated.
All right,
let's get it underway.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the game number 1: Rising Moon versus Crème Fresh for full wipe.
We won't be seeing the 2 sniper composition, at least in this game around, from Crème Fresh, but we'll get this one underway. Looking at Majin's screen, he is listed as CF Kid in the gameplay. And we might be seeing our 2 streamers here meet up with each other. But right off the get-go, we're going to go ahead and see Majin take one down before getting taken down by Seibo on the other side. Or sorry, not Seibo.
Seili.
Yeah.
The Seili will be playing the sniper for this game here, it looks like, and Rising Moon will be the first one to capture that tower right away. You can see right now Binks just trying to lock down this middle of the road so fast as he can right now. He has the killer whale at the ready as well. He's just throw it straight down the lane here, just try to cover his tracks.
Yeah, and we'll be able to see us play off to the right side that they will have to take care of right now. But so far, okay, he's going to be able to advance and get onto CF for a little bit. Maybe get the double, able to trade for just a little bit before getting taken down there. 2 down on both sides, though. Actually, 3 down now. So nothing much will come up from this, at least. Now, the main point here is that either way, the Rainmakers push into that 58 point, and they can play defense here. They can camp it out for quite a while now.
It's going to be a little bit scary though, because at this point we are going to expect some Crème Fresh specials to be on play very soon, but they are going to wait until they do capture the tower. We will see Binks just waiting very patiently here on the side, just waiting for any sort of callouts here with Andy. But right now they're not going to find anything too much. Crème Fresh going to take this one a little bit slowly, it looks like. Actually, they're losing 2 members already right now. Majin just trying to make his way slowly up his way through, but he has to be very careful. He shows his face up. There's a lot of orange ink there.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
We'll be
wait.
able to see pretty shortly here. They don't seem to see
he
him.
catches Andy. Can he get the kill?
Shot.
Oh,
I
no!
don't think he'll be able to.
Andy just swims away. I don't think he even noticed that Majin was right
Yeah,
there.
no, the thing is, in his first shot, he actually exposed himself pretty early on. But Rising Moon actually started the attack pretty, just a second before he exposed himself. So he did have a lot of time to be able to actually catch 1 or 2 people off guard and probably delay this attack, but unfortunately not landing his shots exactly right. So he does see the ping in from the left side and the Booyah, so they will be able to at least adjust and allocate 2 people to the left here. Gets Urza to the wall, goes down. Nicely done on his part, but he has to take care of 1 extra person and is going to get caught between a rock and a wall in a hard place, so getting taken down there is Crème Fresh. We'll be getting reset back to neutral here.
You can see Majin just taking advantage of the splash wall, and you know, people love their splash walls, but you got to remember there is a short delay, and that rapid blaster shoots very, very fast if you're not aware, and he just catches it out so nicely there. And Binks has to be a little bit careful. Majin now is just defending this lane as much as he can, and Majin, he's gonna be really important here. And now he's gonna be caught out, not gonna get killed by the killer whale. He does swim away just in time. But again, actually gets taken out. Binks managed to snipe a kill here. Binks making his way around. He just
okay, nicely done on his part. Able to get rid of Kiver there, and super good job on his part. Now they'll be able to actually push. Even if he didn't win the trade there, he was able to distract and bring over a Crème Fresh member to the opposite side of where the tower is located right now. They're going to be able to push that tower past the point where they reached at 58 last time, and be able to push up even further their line into the hallway here.
You know, it's been very interesting to see that this is a dual squelcher, not a weapon we normally see being used in competitive play, but Binks, he's such a flexible player that he can use just about any weapon here.
Nice,
and he's
triple.
using full effect on Majin though, catches the jump, gets a nice triple kill for himself, he's going to work his way to clean out, gets the full 4-man kill here, and now Crème Fresh will finally have some breathing room to push that tower on their own. They're going to use the killer whale to wipe out another member of Rising Moon. They caught out there in the corner, and now he's going to catch on to Andy as well! Majin going on a rampage!
Yeah, really good job there. Andy somehow not seeing him coming around, despite the fact that they had taken down 3 players just recently towards the mid-left side. So not catching him out in time. Another kill into Urza.
Oh my God.
Trying to approach the rapid blaster at that kind of angle in that scenario, in that environment.
You can't contest the rapid blaster at that angle. Finally, though, we will see Binks make his way through the other side. He does have the range to fight it out with Rose, but man, Majin just making a lot of space. Now the problem is that they haven't been able to get the tower moving. A lot of Rising Moon, they've been adjusting their positions here. They know that Majin's all the way here out to the side, so there's no one actually helping to push the tower along. So Rising Moon just went down the middle of the lane to make sure that tower did not get very far. Crème Fresh, though, having another chance here.
Yeah, they've only got about 25 seconds left to go. Unfortunately, they did have a couple of good wipes, but the tower was way back at their place, and they weren't able to move it back out in time. They do, interestingly enough, have Bubble is able to catch out Sabao coming out from the flank, and now this is super important. Whether they will be able to activate the Bubble or not and use it appropriately.
Oh, no!
Just as soon as I say that, he's going to go down, and that's going to be it for Crème Fresh, I believe.
Oh, not like that! Not like that!
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate for him, but unfortunately Crème Fresh wasn't able to get together towards the end there, and just too little too late, really, is the story on that one. Not able to have enough time to recover from Rising Moon, taking a couple of members down. Once doing that, they only really had 10 seconds to really get back to center, get back together, and it just couldn't happen in time. So Crème Fresh will go down just a bit. Rising Moon, job well done to maintain control for the first 3 minutes of the game, really.
I really like the way that Binks decided to change up, go for the dual squelcher here, making sure there are beacons all over the place, get the killer whale down as well. So just make sure his teammates get back into the middle of the map, even if they get like 3-man or 4-man wiped, like we saw Majin do to them. They were still able to come back and still maintain map control for the middle of the map, and Crème Fresh just had trouble. Their only real range player is Majin and Benox, but Benox playing the killer whale sniper has to be very careful on the kelp. Meanwhile, you have Majin, who's very important for defending that tower. But if he's not at that tower, that tower is free to take.
Yeah. So just for the record, we're moving on to everybody's favorite mode, Salisbury Ray Gun Rainmaker.
We were just
talking interestingly enough, yeah, you talked, and I think it's interesting to note that Rising Moon does seem a little bit more consistent, but that consistency is kind of thrown out of the window when you're approaching this game type. At least I feel giving way for lots of volatility, and so I don't know. I think this is definitely a map that Crème Fresh can certainly come back on, but a lot of it weighs on how they start off this match.
There's definitely arguments for that, but you can see that Rising Moon definitely are getting prepared for this upcoming one. It's going to be double killer whales coming out from them. Let's see how it goes. Game number 2 between Rising Moon and Crème Fresh. Bazookarp, I love that name.
Right. All right. Yeah, not too much changing in terms of composition, although you did know the double killer whale coming on out on this side. Yeah, let's see how they approach this one. Whether all four, no, they're going to split up 2 and 2. Kivr going to try to brute force his way up to top mid, and it's going to work actually. Job well done for him, but he's going to have to make sure that the people going on top of the wall, on top of the inflatable just now, won't be able to get to him. And I think actually he does go down. 2 down on behalf of Crème Fresh. Kivr will be going down to the 2 Rising Moon members that advanced to that side before he did. It's crucial that he wins this 1v1 here for Crème Fresh, and unfortunately does not. So
he wasn't able to get that third shot in.
On all fronts so far, Rising Moon has been able to push into Crème Fresh territory, and they should be able to start getting this Rainmaker down soon. Yeah, really interesting. Crème Fresh not getting off to a good start there.
Yeah, right now, you can see just the positioning of Crème Fresh right now. They're doing their best trying to defend this area. The Rainmaker is on the bottom floor, however, so the theater of war are going to slowly change to a much more claustrophobic setting. We do have the Kraken ready for Majin, so he's going to be ready to go and shark in anyone who tries to grab that Rainmaker. But they'd be a little bit careful, though. We are seeing a lot of teams, what they like to do on this map is to take that center platform on the on the bottom of the map, just to try to get as much map control as they can and just control anyone approaching from the top. Right now, we will see Crème Fresh has tried to attempt to take the Rainmaker, but it's getting to be very hard for them to do so.
Right, yeah. Obviously, for the majority of time, it's going to be increasingly difficult to do much of anything without players down. And most of the time, when you try to take the Rainmaker without having that...
Oh, this is bad!
Yeah, but they're going to lose it quickly, because once again, like, they didn't really have enough of a... they didn't really take down enough of Crème Fresh's players to be able to warrant pushing that. Crème Fresh in blue, by the way, Rising Moon in purple, kind of counterintuitive in comparison to like the titles or whatever. But yeah, we just have to be on the lookout because for the most part, it's going to remain neutral and it's going to be completely calm until what the heck?
Whoa! Okay.
A double with the rapid blaster there. Yeah. Nicely done on his part with the collateral.
Bit unfortunate there. Both Sabo and Urza a little bit too close to each other and just in range of that rapid blaster shot, and they will be going down together with that. Crème Fresh now getting some nice lucky room for themselves here. Now how can they make the most of it? They can't really approach it too much. That killer whale doing that's a nice job of covering the track of the Rainmaker. Now they get it up to the top of the platform, and now this is where the game gets hard for Crème Fresh.
Yeah, I think they should be able to push out ahead of it and defend this, and like ensure they actually get like map control before they actually push this one out, which is of course what they should do. They shouldn't feel the need to pick it up as soon as possible. And while Rising Moon is going to try to brute force their way into their own territory, they are not going to do so on a consistent, cohesive front. And unfortunately, the one member from Rising Moon will go down as a result of that. That being said, Crème Fresh seems to be pushing out ahead right now. We do see at least Majin pushing out here. Just being on the lookout for anybody that might jump into unsuspecting waters. If he is able to catch out a member or even 2, they should be able to start moving that Rainmaker up. But just as soon as I say that, seems like Rising Moon able to get that Rainmaker and trying to push on up. But they know.
Be a little careful. I think we were saying Rapid Blaster. I think he's actually using the CRB of Majin. So we were not paying attention to that. In any case, though, oh my gosh, Sabo was trying so hard for that shark attempt. He's not going to get it. They're also going to lose the Rainmaker as well from Binks. So Crème Fresh once again have an opening for themselves. They need to make sure they have the chance to do so. And it's going to be Majin who picks up the Rainmaker. I'm not sure if that's the best of idea since he is going to be the Kraken holder, but he's going to have to make this one count. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, some connection difficulties on his end maybe potentially, but he does see that one player is going to booyah towards the right, towards their opposite side of the map, and unfortunately on his end he's going to get taken down from the Luna Blaster, who's kind of chilling below them. So Rainmaker will be stopped, but the important thing is that with 1 minute left to go, they've kind of regained map control at this point. Rainmaker is at a somewhat manageable spot. And oh my goodness, the boss actually sneaking up behind him. Yeah. So it's up for grabs right now. Whereas before it was kind of stuck. The Rainmaker was stuck in their base. They had some trouble getting it out of there. But as soon as I'm saying all this stuff, praising Crème Fresh, it seems like Rising Moon has been able to turn the tables back.
Just the big problem that Crème Fresh is having right now is that they just have no map control. Like, yes, it is a bit of a toss-up here, but when Rising Moon controls so much of the center, it's a little bit hard, and Crème Fresh made the decision to reset the Rainmaker. That means it was on them to make sure they could control the middle ground as soon as possible. But Rising Moon was immediately on their tail when they saw the reset, and now they're just controlling this upper ground and just making it hard.
Move here being done. He activates the Kraken preemptively, assuming that a Rising Moon member might be up there, and tries to get the kill because they're trying to push this one out before they even push the Rainmaker. Unfortunately, it just completely does not work. What ends up happening is that the two people on their front go down. The Rainmaker is by himself with maybe one person to support him. Now they're finally back together, but it's overtime, and this is their last shot they'll have at making this Rainmaker push work.
Wow, this is the worst possible position for overtime.
Yeah, because there's multiple ways of accessing that Rainmaker, but the Rainmaker's going to go ahead first. It seems like they have a member who's pushed ahead and taken down one player on Rising Moon. Will they be able to take care of others? He's going to be able to booyah at least one person who's off to the left side here. Maybe get the player who just doesn't... oh, no, he won't be able to do that.
Taken out.
Yeah, taken out just like that. And it looked like they had something going. The one player ahead for Crème Fresh was able to get rid of one Rising Moon member. The Killer Whale was just deployed as Majin was towards their base, so it seemed like he might have been able to get the person who launched that Killer Whale, but unfortunately the Rainmaker, left with not too much defense, will go down in the meantime, and it will be 2-0 for Rising Moon, who, by and large, for the majority of these matches, have been maintaining control of both the map in general and of the objective. I think I'd like to point out that for the majority of the map, Crème Fresh did have some control of the map, but it was scattered. Kiver trying to rush towards top mid, the top middle part of the map, and kind of serve as like a jumping spot from the very beginning. They inconsistently had the spot towards middle, wouldn't have access to access that middle point though, as Rising Moon would push into their base and have that part on lock. So I don't know. It's been kind of unfortunate to see Crème Fresh not able to have more consistent or cohesive access to the map. And
what's really interesting at Crème Fresh, they're running a very aggressive lineup here, and this is. I would have figured that they would have run their more conservative lineup, their range-based lineup here. And we'll see Kid, he's going to go back to the Rapid Blaster here. Make sure they have range on Museum de Alfonsino. This will be splat zones. But, I mean, Wasabi, 52, Rapid Blaster, like, these are rather aggressive weapons here. So, it's not a lineup that I'm used to seeing from Crème Fresh, honestly. Because you usually see coordination with the long-range attacks here. And I'm curious to see if they're just testing out new compositions here, since they have so many players and they want to try to adjust to it. But Rising Moon, we see Urza going for the cherry Nozzlenose, so he is going to have a fearsome amount of power, and the bubbler as well. Binks with the disruptor and bubble. This is going to be a little bit scary for Crème Fresh, who don't really have great ways to tame that bubble.
Right. Yeah, they don't. I'm not sure how they're gonna really. I mean, what we see from Crème Fresh is more of a kind of. We've seen this lineup before. And Rising Moon is changing it up a little bit, and I wonder how caught off guard Crème Fresh will be for this matchup, and whether they'll be able to adjust, because so far they haven't.
All right. Well, here we go. Game number 3. Rising Moon on the verge of taking this set out for themselves. Let's see if Crème Fresh will be able to start the comeback here on the Splat Zones map. And we're going to see Majin immediately just take things very slowly. He's going to go for a much more zoning type of playstyle in this game.
Yeah, and just for reference, Rising Moon in the blue ink, Crème Fresh in the light green ink. Bubble being activated preemptively, and this is going to do a good job to actually get the Crème Fresh player out of there, back to super jump back to base. They'll be able to move forward with this, but he won't be able to survive for much longer. Sabo here. Unfortunately, super close to getting into direct, but not quite enough.
Yeah, Sabo was just stuck in the corner. He didn't have the range to counterattack, but his teammates were there for the counter kill. And right now, the bubble once again just making sure they get out of there safely. And I believe that is Binks on the Yeah, that is Binks on the Zimmy, if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to be providing a lot of support for his teammates. Binks, though, taken out from behind, so a little bit unfortunate there. And it looks like Crème Fresh will have capture of the zone for themselves as Majin just goes to cover this left flank.
Yeah. And actually, he might be doing the flanking himself. We do have an echolocator on 2 members relatively close by to him. Gonna be preemptively fired towards where he is, but unfortunately, maybe activating echolocator a little bit too late. Okay, no, he will be able to get the kill before going down. Andy with the splatling doing a good job of making sure he doesn't get too far there. In the meantime, Rising Moon, they're going to send their... Ooh, okay. No save bow with the Loon Blaster will not be able to get onto
catch
the boss.
from the boss. He was watching that corner very closely, just immediately goes for the kill there. Let's see if they can actually take advantage of this now. Nice thing about Crème Fresh's lineup is that they have really good inking potential, so if they can get the kills down, then boss can just go crazy with his Wasabi.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting that this is the first lead that Crème Fresh has actually gotten in the match. And we haven't seen them have to defend this lead before. Now, they're going to force the bubble at this point. Zone has been taken by Rising Moon, and we have to keep our eyes peeled for whether they can actually keep this consistently long enough and win the trades here that are needed to get this lead push. Bubble is going to be activated from Crème Fresh's part. Will they be able to spot a player out? Not quite yet. And the echolocator and the offense is coming out from Rising Moon, and everything, all the pressure is on Crème Fresh right now. Despite the fact that they have the zone, will they be able to stay alive for the most of it? I think they might be able to, yeah. You're going to be able to take care of Binks on the left side, preventing any flank.
I'm loving the adjustment that they're making so far, is that they're playing a much more zoning type gameplay style that they're, that's what Crème Fresh is really good at. But right now, Rising Moon, they're starting to make a case for themselves. Urza with the bubble was able to sneak his way in there, and now they're going to get some kills left and right. They are going to capture that zone. And they're going to be very careful, though. Majin coming in with the Rapid Blaster, coming in for some revenge, as Rising Moon have to go on the retreat for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know. The kills that either side is getting is not enough to be able to actually fully advance. We see each team controlling their respective side, whether it be Crème Fresh on the left side, Rising Moon on the right side, but not really advancing past that. And so, as a result, we've been mostly getting short bursts of offensive, short bursts of actually zone control.
Well, and you can see like a lot of their timing is based on whether or not they have bubble. Right now, Majin is going to pop his bubble though. Well, in defense though, he has to be very careful. The Mine's going to be there trying to zone him out, but no, Sable doesn't actually get the kill. Majin is able to fade back just enough to actually get the kill, and now he will push them out. And with that, Crème Fresh will get control of the zone once again.
Yeah, positionally, Majin was really smart to back up, and I don't know if he did this consciously, but what it ended up doing was bringing out Rising Moon's player on top of zone, allowing for, if he got the kill, it's going to be on top of zone, and it's going to get us the lead, or at least the zone, excuse me.
Oh my gosh, he actually does manage to catch out Urza in the 1-to-1 matchup there. Sabo, though, coming in with the bomb rush from behind now, going to cover the zone as much as he can for his team, and now the penalty countdown is going to be gone for the side of Rising Moon.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is the first time we've actually seen a team advance out onto the other team's territory, and with that being said, they're going to actually be able to take the lead from that alone. Now, can they actually carry this out to the end of the game?
This is the worst position. This is the worst position to be fighting against Sabo. Sabo can just shark his way in and out. They are finally going to be able to catch him as he drops to the bottom floor, but that's so much time wasted for them right now. Crème Fresh need to get back to the middle of the map as soon as possible. That timer's still ticking down for Rising Moon. If they want to get the leg in this game, they need to go there now fast. Majin going to make his way to the right side of the map, trying to zone his image. Came out Urza right on top of him.
Yeah, 35 seconds left to go, 6 points left. It looks like they completely were able to turn it around, and that's going to be a game in its set from Rising Moon. Good job on them to be able to clinch that one out. Like we were saying up until that point, no team had really gotten a solid foothold of the other side's territory. As soon as that happened, as soon as Sabo was able to push up towards the Crème Fresh side, that's when we started seeing the tide turn, and from there on out, they were able to clinch that one out. And unfortunately, Crème Fresh playing the very arduous battle, the long com battle, very quick offensives and very quick points being taken on the spot zones. It's not going to end up being enough. So a 3-0 on behalf of Rising Moon. Congratulations to them. They're going to be the first team to get the win out.
And I believe we will be going to a short video next, but just want to say I did like how Crème Fresh adjusted there in the end towards that game 3, towards the middle of it, but Rising Moon just waited patiently for their bubble timing, and it came out in a perfect position and allowed Sable to get that lead that you mentioned.
Yeah.
In any case, looks like we do
right
have
now.
an interview.
Yeah, interview with Rising Moon. We'll see how that ends up going here.
Yep, here it is.
Alors la création de Rising Moon, c'est une idée d'Inky au départ. Inky qui était à la Warp, qui est venu me voir, qui m'en a parlé alors que j'étais encore à Pink Floyd. Bien sûr, l'idée c'était dès le début d'être une team compétitive de haut niveau, de recruter directement S plus 99 et d'être patient, surtout au début puisqu'on était que deux. Et puis, je crois que c'était au niveau des vacances d'été à peu près où on a commencé à sortir de nos anciennes teams et à faire une team temporaire qu'on a appelée les touristes pour histoire de jouer un petit peu parce que du coup on jouait plus tellement en tournoi. Et ensuite, on a joué avec différentes personnes. On a rencontré Musclor et Yo-Yo entre autres et Andy qui jouait un petit peu avec nous à cette époque alors qu'il était cassé. Comme la cassé ne faisait pas les tournois FR. On jouait un petit peu avec Andy en tournoi FR et puis moi je jouais beaucoup avec lui le soir aussi. Quand on rencontre Andy, on rencontre un petit peu les autres membres de la KC, donc j'ai rencontré Sebo aussi un peu comme ça. Et à la rentrée, il y a la KC qui s'est séparée et donc on a récupéré les deux joueurs et ensuite on a recruté Erza. Et on était donc 7 avec Musclor, Yo-Yo, Andy, Sebo et Erza.
Erza joue le calibre 2000, le Tentatek et le Basilener XS. Donc à la base, c'est quelqu'un qui est agressif, qui fait les kills. Il va à l'avant et il essaie de faire le passage pour jouer objectif pour le reste de la team. Et à part quand il joue le Basilener XS, puisque c'est une arme un peu plus temporisation qui repose un peu plus sur le spécial.
Je vais présenter Sebo du coup, le proxy Néo, avec le bombardement. Son rôle c'est de foutre le boxon chez l'adversaire, avec en général un TP invisible et le respawn, le stuff classique de proxy. Il TP beaucoup soit sur moi, soit sur Erza, et donc son rôle bien sûr c'est d'essayer de faire un trade, de faire 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 kills, un maximum, et surtout d'être aussi gênant que possible.
Après, Binks, le couteau suisse de la Rising Moon. Donc lui, son rôle, à la base, il s'adapte en fonction des maps et des modes. Des fois, il joue un proxy blaster agressif. Des fois, il joue une arme plus de support qui repose plus sur la turf et sur le spécial. Mais il s'adapte en fonction des maps et des modes pour que la composition soit la plus efficace possible. Et donc, en gros, c'est le joueur flexible de la team et un peu indispensable.
Oui, Andy, donc facile, c'est aussi le sniper. Le rôle est peut-être pas tout à fait le même que celui de Yo-Yo, puisque Andy joue plus respawn, donc il est beaucoup plus axé sur l'objectif, que ce soit en XP où il prend pas mal la tour, et en base au carpe où il n'hésite pas à prendre la carpe, ce qui nous arrange bien souvent.
Mais à la Rising Moon, moi je voulais jouer compétitif, oui bien sûr, et avec Andy, mais on s'attendait pas à d'aussi bons résultats quoi, et aussi vite, parce qu'on a été champion de France suite à la Coupe de France, on a battu la cooldown, et déjà rien que ça c'était une grosse surprise, et après de voir qu'on s'en sortait contre des grosses teams, à l'international, enfin en western, avec face par exemple à l'Extermination ou à la Baye ou d'autres bonnes teams, franchement je m'attendais pas à d'aussi bons résultats.
Clairement, c'était génial. Moi, j'ai beaucoup aimé aller à l'ESL à la finale en IRL, rencontrer tous les gens, puis rencontrer l'équipe en vrai, parce que du coup, moi, je connaissais personne, parce que eux, ils s'étaient déjà plus ou moins vus dans les tournois, Japan Expo, machin. Mais moi, j'avais jamais rencontré de joueurs Splatoon, donc moi, j'ai beaucoup aimé ça.
Spanish Army is also a pretty good team. They have a bit of a different playstyle with the Dynamo and then custom range blaster, which is different to the other teams. And I think the Dynamo is a bit of a problem for us.
Extermination, pues bueno, a ver, básicamente creo que lo más peligroso que tiene Extermination para nosotros es, y lo que más nos llama la atención, lo que más cuidado tenemos, siempre es con Kagu. O sea, si Kagu sabe moverse muy bien siempre por el mapa, y la verdad es que siempre saben coordinarse muy bien para...
Cool. So I think we're going to be able to get going relatively soon here with Extermination versus Spanish Army, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. So we're going to be starting this cast with Hydrus and I. Welcome, everybody. Spanish Army versus Extermination, or as I like to call it, the battle between ketchup and mustard. Both logos being yellow and red. I'm actually a really big fan of both logos, especially Spanish Army. Shout out to Best Team Maker for, I think, making that one. Really good, and I didn't know you were an artist beforehand, so solid on you. But yeah, so far, only one match completed if you're joining us just now. Just right after our Rising Moon versus Crème Fresh match, 3-0 sweep on Rising Moon's behalf. Anything notable you noticed from the matchup?
Anything I noticed from the set? Well, I didn't expect it to be so quick.
Right.
Such a quick 3-0. Binks playing that flex role really well. As noted in that wonderful interview that they presented, each member of Rising Moon plays their role very well. Desali, or Andy, as he's colloquially known, plays a backline sniper. He notably plays a no damage spotter scope, but he does run damage on the E-leader. Sabal just kind of acts as the general sharker and likes to tunnel into people as much as possible in order to let them make mistakes. Hers is the main aggressor, and yeah.
That said, we are going to a matchup soon, so let's go ahead and get talking about that one. Tower control and Moray Towers, and it looks like lineups are locking in pretty soon. I actually haven't seen Spanish Army play before, and I know I've heard so many good things about them. We see a Luna Blaster, Dynamo, Octoshot, and E-leader coming out on their side. Pretty standard stuff for Moray, and on Extermination side, very much the same thing. And you heard Spanish Army praising Kagu, making sure that they'll have to watch out for how efficient and coordinated their play is. I want to see how they respond to that. We'll go ahead and see how that turns out on this first matchup here.
Yeah, Spanish Army is very comfortable with this comp in general. They have a lot of control in mid, and they're able to cover their side as well.
Yeah, Dynamo's going to be pretty important, I feel. I mean, positioning is going to always be an issue. We'll see how exactly they position themselves appropriately here, as I believe we're going to be seeing Spanish Army's Jonah as the E-leader trying to 1v1 Extermination. He's going to be able to do so, actually. They're going to trade right off the get-go there. Echo, both snipers getting an instant shot on each other. Really impressive. A 3v3 in the middle now. And,
yeah, it definitely doesn't happen very much. Both E-leaders killing themselves at the same time. Spanish Army usually likes to wait a little bit before they're able to make the push and succeed off of kills.
Yeah, it's cool that we're getting two different perspectives. Notably in that Jonah will be their sniper, but we'll get the frontline perspective from Shadow, who won't be so much, so far away. He'll be right in the middle and thick of things. Unfortunately, not able to get a shot off. Jonah will have to back off here, and we're still focused on the sniper 1v1, and he's going to have to leave it to his teammates to defend him from any other flank attacks, because, of course, if that sniper... If Sniper is able to get rid of the other, or if one sniper goes down, then that's the cue for the opposing team to actually go all in. Able to get rid of Banana there.
Oh, he's able to get Banana.
Yeah, nicely done on his part. Now what will they be able to do and convert off this?
Well, since they don't have Banana, they're not going to have Bubble immediately, and they're definitely going to have a positive push going forward, as shown right there. Shadow's just kind of staying back. He doesn't even have Zuka quite halfway yet. They're just... Oh, he is able to kill Jonah, though, with the suction bomb. And
actually getting the double there. Nicely done on his part. There's only one player left remaining. Will they be able to start pushing it now? I believe the answer might be yes. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and push the tower back to neutral and start getting it going with one player moving on up and pushing up. I think that's the Luna Blaster up there trying to make a number. In the meantime, Ingsuka will be deployed, not able to land that first shot, and unfortunately not able to land a shot in general. And without landing a shot, I don't know how much they'll be able to push this. There is one member down on Extermination's behalf. Will they be able to get rid of the Dynamo? No, not just quite yet. Jordy going to survive for just a second longer before going down, and that tower, that's getting set back to the middle once again.
Jordy is so good at those small reads in the neutral. Dynamos in general just have amazing but not get called down in Murray.
We'll be able to see if they're going to be able to take care of Kagu there. Yeah, they won't be able to get rid of him just quite yet. Spanish Army, though, Jonah able to get an impressive snipe on the tower and move this one on up. telling his teammates, hey guys, let's go on ahead. There's a player to the right of me you guys really should take care of. And after we get rid of him, we've got to move and keep this going. Nobody on top near where the tower is, though, to be able to defend the sniper so immediately. Going to get pushed off from the Luna Blaster on Extermination's behalf. And while they are able to get the lead, it's not that big of a lead.
Again, I like this tag team play coming out from Airmo and Jordy right now. They like to stay together in kind of corners, and just succeed off of these reads. Savage is going to stay in the middle, just trying to see if they can possibly get one little opening so they can be able to push past Spanish Army's robust defense right now. Is going to notice Airmo, but is he going to be able to get the distance? No, he's not, but...
Yeah, unfortunate there. It's and with 1 minute 30 seconds left, like, yeah, we have the marker at the 57-point mark, but that's really not enough to guarantee a lead, per se. And Shadow here is going to be doing his part to make sure that they can start an offensive, but unfortunately it looks like one member will be going down, and he needs another extra buddy to be able to support him here. There's a lot of yellow in this middle of the map here. So Extermination going to take it nice and slowly and calmly. Let's see if their sniper will be able to get a player and see if they can push from there. It looks like 2 will go down, and I think actually it will be Extermination taking down with 2 snipes, 2 Spanish Army members. They're going to start to push off that, and I'm wondering when Extermination is going to start pushing their front line up. Inkzuka is going to come out. Now Dynamo off to the right side, but not able to quite spot him just yet with 42 seconds left to go. And they're going to have to pace themselves here, as unfortunately their Luna Blaster is going to get an edge on him, and Spanish Army finally recovering from going down a bit. They're going to keep this back in the middle, exactly where they want it.
Shadow in general is just being so defensive in this game. He's definitely utilizing the stealth jump as he needs to, but I don't know if he's being as aggressive as his team benefits. Is going to notice the 52 gal there.
But not able to win the battle, though, and that's pretty crucial for him. He needs that to be able to have his team with 10 seconds left to go have a chance, and we see it on Jonah's screen, able to get another Extermination member as well. I don't see much of a chance here happening. Jonah's going to have easy access to any dumping players, and that's going to be it. Spanish Army able to take care with the win on Moray Towers without pushing it too far up to the 57-point mark, but it's going to be enough.
Yeah, what a snipe on. Just a lot of amazing and clutch snipes coming out from Jonah. That opening play definitely decided the momentum of the game right there. And also, apologies. I thought that Banana was playing Zimmy for some reason, but
not the case. Not the case. That being said, it looks like we're in an intermission right now. Currently 1-0 in favor of Spanish Army, and the next map we'll be going to will be Rainmaker on Kelp Dome. Somewhat volatile map as well, and it's pretty tough to maintain tabs on all sides of the map, so we'll have to see how coordinated these 2 teams are going into this next one.
Kelp Dome, in terms of balance, is definitely a pretty evened out Rainmaker map. Both paths to the Rainmaker on their catwalk and going into that tree hallway area, definitely very equal. They both have the same value, but they're both, like, harder and or easier. What do you think about the comp that Strange Approach is running? Or Spanish Army is running, oh my god.
Strange Approach. It's cool, dude. Look very similar. I mean, SA, kind of, with the lowercase SA. Wasn't able to quite catch it. I was looking at the map list, because ahead of this one, we're looking at some really interesting maps, but I'll get to that one after this.
Jonah is notably playing the carry, a weapon that he has been practicing for quite a few months now, and he's pretty proficient with.
Yeah, Cherry, of course, been on the rise for some months now, and Jonah, interesting to see that he's taking up the torch for his team for the Cherry. Let's see how he can use it. Looks like Extermination will be able to advance and get a trade off the get-go. I believe Kagu losing out there. Bubble being activated, but he doesn't quite see the person swimming behind him, and Banana will go down, Bubble activated, just to make sure that they don't end up going down on that one. Able to take care of 3 other players, and they should be able to start getting that Rainmaker moving now.
Yeah, an interesting note that I found there is Irma was actually playing Custom Blaster, not the CRB that I think he does play. Custom Blaster, I would think, would be a little bit stunted on Kelp Dome since there's a lot of weapons.
Yeah, watching out for the flank there. is Jonah. Shadow doing what he can to help Rainmaker make sure this Rainmaker doesn't pass its point right there. And is going to have to retreat to this left side with the help of another Extermination member. Will he be able to back him down?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Interesting that Shadow is not playing a QRSJ T-Tech, but rather speed and damage.
Ooh, yeah, I don't think he expected that many Spanish Army members to be lurking behind the wall where he couldn't have gotten them with his Ingsuka. So, unfortunately, we'll be going down there to Spanish Army. Spanish Army in the green, Extermination in the purple. That being said, Killer Whale coming out once again, and they're going to be divided in half, split up in this middle ground here. Fortunately enough, the two Spanish Army members to the left side will be able to take care of that one member that goes after them. Will they be able to get rid of the Rainmaker, who still has it to the opposite side of the map?
Yeah, I like how Jonah's just using the max range of carry right now. Just like that, he's going to be able to kill people up close and from quite afar, and just continually build up bubble.
Yeah, using that bubble pretty well, going into a spot where he alone was kind of caught off guard, but unfortunately Spanish Army will have two being taken down. Rainmaker is taken, and they might be able to get a push off this if their front line is able to push on ahead in time. Now they've got to watch that. I believe they were, and I was wondering for a second why that Rainmaker wasn't pushing, but it was because they were suspecting one player around them the entire time. 9 seconds left on this Rainmaker. Will they be able to push this far enough? Yup, they will be able to get the lead. Bubble activated to be able to push this even further. With 4 seconds left on the Rainmaker, 3 seconds left, they will be able to get that to the 19-point mark. Incredibly impressive from that Rainmaker using the backwards, kind of the backwards Rainmaker tech that we don't really see too often. Players not having, like, I guess the in-the-moment composure to actually use it. At least I haven't seen it on stream that much, but it's always the most optimal way of moving that Rainmaker, getting those extra couple of points. And it definitely helps.
Yeah, also Rainmaker boosting is pretty exploitable these days. Anyways, there's going to be the Rainmaker in mid again. Savage is actually going to choose to be a bit more aggressive. Oh, he's going to be able to take out Jonah. Now they're disabled. Shadow might pick up the Rainmaker or pop up Bazooka. Not sure yet. Oh, okay, so he's gonna pop up Bazooka. Oh, I thought he was
Bazooka being deployed right now. It looks like, the other side is gonna be able to spot that one out, but it's a matter of whether they'll be able to land some kills with that Bazooka. I believe the answer is no, and they're gonna have to retreat a little bit and let Echo here try to win the sniper battle. Unfortunately, Echo is gonna be caught off guard with the bubble being activated behind him, and they're gonna have to play full-on retreat here. And oh my goodness, Extermination with this slew, this onslaught is going to be able to push their front line way into Spanish Army territory. And now the question remains, will they be able to push this Rainmaker on top of that? Unfortunately, they popped the Rainmaker pretty late there, focusing on the kills on the front line and kind of forgetting to get that Rainmaker push in coordination. So with 1 minute left to go, they don't have the ink control they were looking at just 10 seconds ago. And they're going to have to get another slew of kills to be able to make sure they get this lead here.
Yeah, Jonah being killed in general is just kind of important because he has, such great aim in order to kind of disable and remove these players that have a very wide-reaching effect with their weapon. Oh, he's gonna.
Oh no!
Oh, he's gonna get two!
Talk to me! Ingsuka's coming out, and they're gonna at least get two members there on Spanish Army's side. And Extermination doing a good job right now to make sure that Spanish Army doesn't get back into the thick of it. Spanish Army, of course, trailing with 15 seconds left to go. They need this last push at the very last second. Echolocator might be pretty crucial to getting a couple of kills here. Rainmaker gonna try to take and try to do what they can to push on ahead. Wall will be somewhat instrumental, and that's gonna be a full wipe on their part. Should they be able to advance it to the 91 mark? They get the lead in overtime, and that's gonna be a game. Job well done on Spanish Army's part to win the match, and that's gonna be 2-0 for them in a last second win for them.
Absolutely.
My goodness.
Godlike coordination. Wow. Man, I really thought Extermination was gonna pull that out after they made the comeback, but Spanish Army just was able to get that successive wipe and successfully push them back into their spawn. This is why I love Kelp Dome. It provides this level of variability in Rainmaker that you don't really see in a lot of other modes where all the paths generally bring the same return.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really fun, just really incredibly fun to see that one play out. And it looked like Extermination had it. They seemed like they were fairly in control since getting that 19-point marker. But with 1 minute left to go, Spanish Army coordinating specials, Ingzuka, bubbles, what have you, getting a near full wipe to push it to the alley, and then after that, charging ahead and just getting another onslaught of kills from there as well. And I believe with less aid from specials too. So really interesting to see. And we weren't able to get a full glimpse into it.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
a second, before Spanish Army was able to put down the wall, before Jonah was able to put down the wall, it seemed like a lot of them might be going down. We saw a lot of purple ink on their green screens. And it looked like the Rainmaker, who was just behind 2 Spanish Army members, was going to go down, but he was able to place a wall down before going down himself. And with that being done, he was able to protect the Rainmaker for just long enough to be able to regain their footing and slot a win off that, getting the full wipe off there. Yeah, we don't exactly know where the full wipe came from, and I'm really curious to if we could find out where that happened, but. Currently a DC happening, which was causing the wait. So yeah, we'll move into our next game type, Splat Zones on Walleye Warehouse. This could be the last game of the set.
Possibly. Jonah notably going for the 96 gal with a classic build of special charge up, swim speed, and duration ink res. And a note that Fuzzy made that I really found interesting was that 96, at least at the very top level, does not need to run. That's really something because they must have like really good aim. Extremely good aim. Okay. And Extermination will be running their comp that they always run on Walleye Zones. Banana with the Zimmy, and yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if how quickly Extermination is able to take control of the lead and what kind of momentum and tone they set for this one, especially having gone down 2-0. They're gonna have to be able to watch out for the Rapid Blaster. Ooh, in the meantime, Jonah, they haven't seen Jonah quite yet. I don't think designating a player to watch out for this flank. Yeah, they are completely not in the know about this. And while Extermination do have zone control, will that be enough to warrant not actually watching this back end? It looks like another player is going to come around and spawn on over to where Jonah is, super jump to where Jonah is, and they're going to attack from behind now. No players having gone down yet, and it looks like they're going to be going down with the offensive right now. They're able to spot out at least a player just now, but it looks like all of Extermination has kind of transferred over to the opposite side of the map, but now is when their offensive is going to go down. This spot, the Kraken going off. They're going to be able to get a near wipe here. And extremely well done coordination coming out on beside the Spanish Army. They let Extermination feel like they have control of the map. They don't care if they get to 50 points. All that matters is the full-out flank, the full-out wipe that's going to completely enable them to take map control and probably the game if they execute this appropriately. Echo going to go down, and they have full lock on this Splat Zone and are completely knowledgeable of where Extermination is. That is one of the most impressive plays I've seen in all of my time casting Splatoon.
Yes, the double stealth jump, the 2 stealth jumpers, Arrow and Layla, jumping over to Jonah in Extermination's maze. What a stroke of genius coming out from their team play. Okay, so Jonah is going to go to the right side. Nobody is going to be in the maze quite yet. They're all just going to be tunneling into mid, which is what they want, so they can just really control their spawn and be able to keep shooting them. I also really like the wall play. Oh, wait.
Okay, Insuka actually seemed like it was going to get onto him, but I think it burst onto the wall right next to Jonah there. That's a bubble being activated. It's going to run out, and the Kraken sinks it behind him and gets a double kill. And nicely done. The same exact thing. The sneak attack from behind. Unfortunately, this time, though, it's going to be a full wipe once again onto Extermination. And Spanish Army, my God, absolutely shutting up Extermination here.
Wow. Jonah, man.
My goodness, that was the most impressive series of coordinated what-have-yous.
This match, this team play, the solo play is why Jonah is in, top 5 favorite players of all time. Going 6-0, and I don't know what to say there. Just so many exciting kills and taking the zone. being able to really shut down Banana.
Yeah, and I think, like, obviously, like, the only reason why it becomes great that Spanish Army was able to do all that in the first place was because of the flank that normally is covered, right? I think at this level in the game, you kind of expect the player to be watching out for the flank.
Yes.
But nobody had been really watching out for that.
He just went all the way around because they were so focused on the objective. And sure, they have great map control, but if you don't have anybody watching flank, you're going to have that stealth jump in.
Right. And I think at some point, over the course of that game, Extermination started realizing, wait, we're pushing up into their base. We have such seemingly great map control, but we don't see any of their members. And in the meantime, when they're just realizing that, Spanish Army is coming from behind and creating making Extermination in a vulnerable point where they're isolated onto the other side of the map and they're getting flanked. And so yeah, it was brilliantly done in how patient, especially.
Jordi, hola, encantado.
Yo soy Ergo.
But either way, we're getting to an interview right now.
A ver, después de estar en Hokusai un tiempo, ¿vale? Ya en Hokusai los que hemos acabado estando en Spanish Army hemos sido jugadores que hemos venido de otros equipos distintos, que hemos acabado en Hokusai. Y bueno, hemos estado en Hokusai y cuando en Hokusai hemos estado a gusto, pues por lo que sea, porque en ese clan había mucha gente, pues hemos decidido formar nuestro propio equipo. Uso el Dinamo y nada, mi rol más que nada es el de support. Intento mantener el control del mapa y soy también de los más veteranos en edad.
Bueno, yo más que nada uso blasters y me centro más en ser un frontline y apoyar al objetivo, que suele cogerlo más Jordi.
Bueno, además de Jonah, también está Leila, que luego hablaremos de ella, y también Guille, casi, que aunque no está oficialmente en Spanish Army, sí que sigue con nosotros. Va jugando de vez en cuando. Y también está nuestra nueva incorporación, Ergodine, que es el menos conocido. Jonah, pues bueno, ya sabéis, en Francia le queréis mucho. Es sniper y su rol básicamente consiste en, pues eso, en dar apoyo a todo el mundo y hacer de baliza. Bueno, pues Leila es nuestra octariana y básicamente es una frontline. Intenta mantener lo que es siempre, intenta mantener lo que es la presión en el equipo y de vez en cuando se intenta flanquear. Al fin y al cabo es lo que tiene que hacer ante una tensión en el equipo rival. Casi también es nuestra, básicamente utiliza tintralladoras, hidras, y lo que hace también es un poquito el rol de support. Sí, Ergodine utiliza salpicadoras, básicamente la 3000, ¿vale? Y antes venía de un equipo en la Tentatun, que pasa que llevaba mucho tiempo sin jugar y ahora se ha reincorporado y está empezando a jugar con nosotros y básicamente es eso, un frontline, que es también de lo más veterano que hay en la comunidad española de Splatoon. La SL en París, pues fue una experiencia increíble. Bueno, la verdad es que dedicarte a jugar a un juego y que de repente te llamen y te inviten a París a jugar en un plató contra la gente que tú siempre juegas online y le vas a ver a todos por primera vez cómo son, pues la verdad es que es bastante emocionante. Es algo que te pasa muy pocas veces en la vida.
C'est loin. Oulala, oh oui, non, personne. Ça y est, envoie un bombardement, c'est bon. Oui, ils le font, ils l'ont fait dans les dernières secondes. Il va y avoir le sniper, la buff.
Il faut surtout voir parce qu'il va y avoir les autres. Oh, pas mal, incroyable.
C'est le moment.
Kaou qui va tomber par au-dessus. Oh, le direct, incroyable. Oh là 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 là, et c'est beau qui donne cette victoire à la Rising.
C'est dangereux parce que loin du bazou, donc il va directement revenir.
Ouais, le bazou qui est placé là-bas à droite, c'est Gildon qui a sa possession.
Il prend Sorin sur place, mais ça lui permet en fait de prendre tout le monde par surprise. Oh là là. Oh, il fallait l'avoir, bien joué, magnifique. Allez, faut l'avoir, ce bazou, faut le retenir le plus longtemps possible. Oh, il va avoir le kill, il a le kill sur Echo. Il a son bombardement, ça va aider également. Il va le tirer un petit peu n'importe où, il va tenter d'avoir tout le monde. Le bazou va être, et pour l'instant, coincé dans son camp là-bas. Attention à la bombe gluante et attention au bazooka. C'est beau qu'il continue à prendre des kills. Oui, oh là là, il va l'avoir, il l'a eu.
A ver, Racing Moon lo que tienen básicamente es, aparte de la coordinación, que es algo común en todos los equipos, tienen muy buen frontline, que es Erza. Todos sabemos que Erza es uno de los mejores frontlines occidentales y sabe presionar y flanquear muy bien. Binks es muy versátil y sabe llevar bastantes armas.
Là, Oviedo, peut-être leur point faible, c'est leur sniper variety snipe. Alors, à mon avis, pendant qu'il est encore en train de tester, je pense que c'est un petit peu plus faible qu'avant. Et je dirais que c'est au moment où ils ont commencé à jouer Respawn TP invisible, ça a changé leur style de jeu et on a eu un petit peu de mal à contrer ça.
So with that being said, I think we'll be getting the next matchup started soon. Spanish Army and Rising Moon, and I believe it is Best Teammaker and Hydra's taking this one away. So I'll leave you guys to it.
I mean, okay, we have one of the strongest all-around teams who are known for their adaptability and aggressive plays, and we have another aggressive team known for their... We just saw how well coordinated they are. So watching Rising Moon versus Spanish Army is definitely going to be a real amazing thing. Essentially, the champion ESL Splatoon 1 versus the champion ESL Splatoon 2. And Hydras, are you there?
Yes, I am here, and the first match is going to be Rainmaker on Arowana Mall, a map and mode where Airmo tends to switch between Luna and custom range, but he usually goes for the CRB. Jonah again is going to go... Oh, okay. So Bakes, I know, does go for Bucket on Arowana because strong matchup on Arowana, just due to the architecture present. He usually stacks a bunch of abilities related to like combat QR, maybe a little bit of dedicated to his special in order to make those quick, impactful plays needed for his team comp.
Yeah, I mean the bucket always a really strong weapon on this map, and this is one of Bing's specialty weapons that he likes to pull out. And you know, it's really great to have someone on your team who goes, "All right, what are you guys picking? I'll fill." And Bings does that role so well.
Yes. Yeah, Jonah is definitely gonna maybe switch roles a little bit. They're definitely gonna be able to...
Ooh. Okay then. Alright, well, this is an interesting switch coming out from Jonah for this map. Let's see how it turns out. It's gonna be game number 1 between the Spanish Army and Rising Moon.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he switched from the 96 gal.
Oh no, he switched from like a sniper. Because usually you want a charger for this map. So I'm actually very interested to see why Spanish Army is going chargerless for this composition here, especially when they have to fight off against Andy. I think you might have some mic issue. I can't. It's hard to tell if you're coming in or out or not.
Oh.
So, yeah. In any case, right now we will see both sides just trying to make their way to the side alley here, trying to cover the middle as much as they can, but Spanish Army losing too many members at the moment, have to back up for the time being, as the Rainmaker will first be in the hands of Rising Moon, but that Kraken coming after them, is it fast enough? Can he reach the Kraken in time? Yeah, the Kraken is there for the kill finally, just at the final moments of its duration. Whew, that was a little bit close, and the Rainmaker not going to go very far.
Yeah, the bad thing is if Jonah does die, they're not going to be able to push forward, and with the lack of a charger, it may make pushing beyond that main snipe area pretty difficult. Binks is going to have Kraken ready.
He has to be very careful. The wall's going to go down. He's just waiting for Rainmaker shots to come in at the moment here, but he's going to cover the slope, trying to make sure he finds his way in. Going to try to cover as much as he can with his bucket, and the Kraken is going to be popped. Can he reach the Rainmaker? Yes, he can. He's going to be able to prevent the push coming out from Yordi. He is going to be tamed, so he's going to have to jump out. Or actually, no, goes in for the counterattack instead, being helped up by the bombs and gets the trade against Lilo. But, oh yeah, and his own team picks up the Rainmaker, and that's going to extend the lead even further.
Again, Jonah's just trying to defend this Rainmaker right now. Is going to pop the Kraken. Does notice Binks all the way in their base, but does die to Sabo once again. Sabo able to get 2, and they're just gonna keep pushing.
They need to stop this Rainmaker from going over this hill. Once it goes over the hill, this becomes almost an impossible game for Spanish Army to fight off against, because again, they don't have that much range going for them. They have a nice little medium range coming from their Dynamo and their 96 Gal, but they need to stop that Rainmaker from going over this hill, or making the comeback across this map is going to be nigh impossible. And Spanish Army slowly pushing their way out, but the Rainmaker's still on their side of the map. They finally will be able to grab onto it now. But Binks, I think he's approaching the side lane. He has to be very careful right now. The Kraken has to be popped defensively. So that's one special down for the side of Spanish Army. Now they have to be very careful with how they approach.
Yeah, with how the Rainmaker is right now in the macro state, it's essentially no man's land for Rising Moon right now. They're just going to be able to push it forward. Not going to get caught out by the Spark of Jonah just yet. 2 down on the side of Spanish Army, but wow, Layla is going to be able to... Oh, Layla's going to be able to get 3 there. And be able to stop that push right in its tracks.
No, but the Kraken comes at the last second as soon as about to grab the Rainmaker. Andy with the clutch special Kraken is there to save the day. And now Rising Moon coming back their way to the other side of the map here. Just pushing out Spanish Army. Yordi going to be caught by the blast as well.
Again, not able to quite push it past that main ramp area. Jonah is... Okay, he is going to be able to get Andy right there. They just have to clear the stealth jumpers out of their street, and it should be good. Okay, does get Urza. Can he get another?
Oh, he has to pop the Kraken once again this time. Sabo's going to be taken out as well, so now they have some breathing room. Binks doing his best trying to run away, but he's also caught in the corner there. Can he survive out of this one? He's going to have to dunk down low ground. Actually gets a kill on the Rainmaker, so once again, Spanish Army's push is going nowhere now. And now Spanish Army have to just stay still and reset, slow things down. This is allowing Rising Moon their way back into the middle of the map. It's like you have to get the full team wipe on Rising Moon, because one member of Rising Moon is just enough to stop any push that comes out of them.
They all have their own individual skill factor as well. Not able to quite get Andy there, but he's not...
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Jonah gets caught out from behind there. Very nice, easy pick off for the Rising Moon players, and right now just conquering each of the lanes here as they make their way down. Binks doesn't have enough ink, but does get just enough to get the kill onto Irma, who unfortunately got stuck in the purple. Ooh, a little bit scary there, and Binks has Kraken at the ready, so if Spanish Army try to think about picking up that Rainmaker, it could be an instant death for them. I mean, this is almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
They need to get the kill onto Binks before he pops the Kraken. But he's coming in from behind now. Yordi does catch him, but the Kraken is going to be there for the time being, trying to catch out Yordi, but it's not going to be enough. A few more seconds left on the clock here. No one's grabbing the Rainmaker quite yet. They're waiting for the Kraken timings to go down. And Spanish Army are going to be able to hold on to that Rainmaker for the overtime, but they're back in their own zone still. Yordi going to try to come in, but he gets killed on the jump. And now they're all just going to swarm on in, and that's going to be game.
Yeah, that Rising Moon had just so much control over each closed, the middle ramp, and their street. And, you know, Spanish Army wasn't even able to push forward until that last 30 seconds when they were just caught out by Binks in his bucket play. A key play that I noticed there was that Jonah got a couple when he went up, noticed Binks, put down the wall, didn't notice Binks going down to that plat area under the snipe platform, and he was able to get the Rainmaker. And I think that really, and I believe that was in the last minute or so. I think that was that really set the tone for the pace for the rest of the match.
I mean, just like, you think you got Rising Moon out of your own side of the map, but they just have one more person there, and it's just enough for Rising Moon to immediately get back into the action, stop the push. Hold me. That happens so many times. Andy with the Kraken, Binks with the bucket fling, and it's just over and over again. And Spanish Army had no answer for this kind of aggression coming out from Rising Moon.
Yeah,
and right now,
that's a really interesting.
Go on.
Oh, okay. I wanted to take one quick note on Spanish Army's composition.
Double T.
I don't know if they're going to be able to have enough map control to just cover both zones, because both zones are such huge, and you can just get killed so easily by going across the main bridge.
To be honest, this is a map that many chargers don't really enjoy playing on, just due to the number of times you will see Andy switch immediately to the kelp just so they have coverage, and shorter range, he doesn't have to go out into too many weird places and be caught out if he ever gets caught up close. So you can see everyone just adjusting to this map.
Yeah, Binks totally playing a very interesting support role here with the quick respawn stealth jump crack on.
Sora?
Sora, the spirit of Sora is with us tonight, folks.
Alright, here we go. Crack on roller coming out from Binks, and he's going to immediately try to cover the zone as much, and immediate capture going the way of Rising Moon, but the Echolocator is down. He's going to have to be very careful how he approaches as the Dynamo is on his tail, and Irmo trying to get a kill on him as well. He is able to duck down to the bottom as soon as possible, and now has Kraken at the ready. The jump is coming in from behind. Oh, Kraken!
Control of both roofs areas is so crucial right now, and he's going to be able to activate Kraken.
Oh, yes, he does get the kill to Irmo! Oh my gosh.
No bubble.
Binks' movement has just been so crisp these last two games here. He is just maneuvering his way around, whether he's using a special or he's just trying to get his way through between players to get the kill. He's just in the right moment at the right time, and it's just helping out Rising Moon so much right now. Spanish Army are just doing their best to try to cover the zones as much as they can. We'll see Jonah just trying to cover this left side here, but it's just having so much trouble right now. They have the point sensors though, and the Echolocator out as well, but they can't quite get the kill just yet. Irmo is there to pick up the kill, but now they're going to be pressured out by Sabo. Sabo have the range though to contest this against Jonah. Jonah falling down to the bottom of the map here. Can he get that kill? No! Oh, he finally does get onto Binks, but unfortunately it looks like Urza is going to be there to grab the kill instead.
Yeah, they finally got back control of their street there, but 2 down on the side of Spanish Army. Will they? Okay. Jonah is going to be able to take out that beacon.
Like, get out of here.
Oh. Notices another one, but might read a jump? No, not quite. So,
this
again, taking their zone once again, but gets called out by Andy.
This is reminding me back in the time when Kraken was like a much more used weapon, and everyone was just so afraid of where the beacons were coming out from. You're already though going to be able to get the trade with the Kraken roller, so that's going to be some less pressure off this for the side of Spanish Army. They just need to just control these zones as fast as they can right now. Yona dropping to the side, going to be in a one-on-one battle against Urza right now. Can he get it? Not quite yet. Urza with the better shot will be able to get the kill.
Yeah, the duels through the grates there is definitely pretty hard. To notice if you're not paying.
Oh my gosh,
attention.
Binks!
Oh!
With the catch!
Kills him on the edge of the hitbox right there. Man, Binks the next Kraken? Hello?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What a flexible player, but right now we will see that Spanish Army will finally get control of the zones now once again. They just need to work off this timer, but Rising Moon just making it so hard for them. Again, every single time they try to make a push, Rising Moon's always there for the counter.
Yeah, Jonah's definitely afraid to go to even their own room. Rising Moon just instantly took control in those first 30 seconds, and wow, what a cheeky direct. What cheeky direct coming out from Sabo right there. And again,
they are a few more points, so they just need to hold on to grab the lead. But the kill right on top of Lila was just enough. But no, Spanish Army did manage to grab the lead at the last second. Oh, they were so close. They were able to get the ink coverage for just 1 second longer.
Nobody can tame Binks right now. He is being able to build up the Kraken, but okay, that's one down.
And he has to be very careful. The Kraken is going to be popped. Oh, I don't think it's... Oh, it does catch up to Jordy. Jordy drops to the bottom, away from the platform there. It's perfect pickings for Binks there. And Binks not going to make his way around the map here. And just a few more, just about 10 more seconds before Rising Moon take back control of this map.
Really appreciate how Binks is using the angles of the Kraken right now in order to kills when Spanish Army just does not expect it. Gonna be laying down the roof.
Oh, no. Leela, better watch out here. You have the Kraken on your tail here right now. There it is. Nice little flick there. Is it going to be a double? It is going to be a double against Yona as well. Both frontliners are going to be taken out. Irma also taken out as well from above. Things are not looking good for the Spanish Army right now.
I don't even know what to... Oh, I thought he was going to kill him again there. Yeah, it's looking pretty hopeless. I mean, they just have control again. Everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Every single call out coming out from Binks. Like, I see you there. You're dead. Oh my gosh. Son. That was impeccable crack-on play coming out from Binks, but also really good play coming out from the rest of Rising Moon, just controlling Spanish Army so hard. There was that one moment where Spanish Army came back, but they just lost control immediately.
Yeah, you say that Chargers aren't as popular on Flounder, but Andy went 11-1 there. I mean, definitely owing to the fact that
generally,
Chargers
don't like that
dominating. Yeah, also he had kind of an easier time for picks because they just controlled really the entire map. Jonah gonna go back to his staple 96 build, actually packing 3 subs of damage instead of 3 more subs with swim speed. Eremo wants to keep staying with the... That's the custom blaster, right?
Yeah, that is the regular custom blaster.
Yeah, it does look stunted. He's going for these custom counter picks, which I'm not exactly sure how that's working out for my thing.
Is this the one with the killer wheel?
Better. No, the custom blaster is one with point sensor and bubble.
Oh, okay, so they will have... Okay, so... I mean, the idea is there for the Spanish Army. They want the invincibilities to sit on top of the tower there.
Yes.
But I'm just so worried. How do they contest Andy on this map?
Yeah, E-Leader's pretty free. The issue of Custom Blaster is on longer, more of these vertical maps where it goes in just one direction. The Spark is a little bit stunted, and you can get outspaced pretty easily. Binks, notably... Binks actually going for Try, which he does go for on Try Tower. And the ledges and stuff, the various ledges work really well. How far the Try Sloshes go. It's going to throw out an opening disruptor, but...
Oh my gosh, that sniper there coming out from Andy immediately to get out Yordi. Urza going to take the kill as well on top of Jonah. This Leela going to be taken out as well. That's 3-man down from the side of the Spanish Army, and Rising Moon did lose a few members of their own, but they have control of the map once again here, and Andy is just... How do you contest against Andy on this map when you don't have that range advantage?
Yeah, you definitely need to be able to rush the
They're
E-Leader.
in their base! They are spawn camping Spanish Army on their own side of the map!
That's... I didn't expect a travesty to occur so early.
Oh my god!
Are you kidding me?
The bubble coming out, the Kraken's coming out. You can't push Rising Moon off this tower. They're gonna keep pushing you back.
This is gonna go down in history.
Oh my gosh, we will see them finally push some members of Rising Moon off. Jordy is gonna get the kill onto Binks, but I mean Irma's gonna get the kill onto Binks, but man alive, what a push! That was the first push of the game. All the way to 16 points. Oh boy. What a...
Yeah, I find it interesting that Jonah is constantly being killed by Urza there. Advantage and the 3 subs of damage.
It's like, okay, normally the plan to fight it off against range from Andy, for example, is to go for flanks, but Rising Moon are not letting any of that happen. Binks will be taken down though. Yeah, where are the flanks? Where are my flanks at? And Rising Moon...
There's no opportunity to flank.
Sabo is like outflanking them. Like he is at every single corner, catching them out, and Binks just jumping his way back into the middle of the match, just slowing things down with his disruptor and the power of the Tri-Slosher, and just again slowing things down for Spanish Army is what's causing so much trouble. They need to get to the other side as quickly as possible, but they're just given no opportunities.
Sabo's setups for his trades and his sparks are definitely very genius, different from Kagu's playstyle. Anyways, Jonah is going to be watching the tower and defending that push. Seems like, well, and he is going to be directly on the tower. I love this play coming out from him.
Oh my god, you see Yona just in a pretty bad spot, just trying to get the shot on, but it's not at the right distance. He's going to try to get on top of the tower, does get the kill, but the bubble is there, so you can't do anything about the tower. You don't even have the Kraken of your own, you're just contesting from the bottom. They are going to push Binks off the tower, though, so that's something, I guess. 3 down, but what does it matter? You've already pushed all the way to 5 points with more than enough time to spare. I mean,
you're back where you started.
Spanish Army need to make a comeback of a lifetime here. They are going to get the kill onto Urza very nicely. They transition into a Kraken to see if they can find anyone else. You already pops the Echolocator so they can find the other members here, and this could be the chance they're looking for. The Disruptor not going to land thanks to the wall being there just in time, but Binks is going to push her out for the time being. Yona has to be very careful. He's going to make his way around. Can he get the kill? Yes, dances around Urza very nicely here. Yona's still alive. Provides a jump for the teammates coming in right now. Binks going to be taken out as well. If they can take out Andy, this is going to be really huge for Spanish Army right now.
Oh, Andy is actually going to be jumping out. No members of Spanish Army can be quite yet. I think they're handling the...
Oh my god, Urza was just almost taken out once again. The Kraken comes out just in time before Binks can get the kill. And now Spanish Army have the opening. Urza going to be taken out from behind as well. The comebacks are coming back for Spanish Army. This could be their chance here right now, but the tower's still going to be lost in the middle. Kraken going to be coming out. Oh my god, they jumped through the grating from Yoda. Whoa. I did not see that movement before ever. It still gets the trade with Urza!
Yeah, really crisp release on the squid form right there. Binks is going to be able to disable, I believe, Layla, and disables him through the wall. Come on now. A 3rd time. Can I ask for 4? Okay, I'm going to get 4. Can I get a 5?
He's gone.
Okay,
He's gone. Too many
no,
disruptors.
But, man, something I want to note since this chaos is going on is, Jonah was notably pushing them back into their spawn that once there, but I believe they just kept control of both.
Oh my god!
What a bounce kill. Okay, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they just have such eloquent control of both crosses, or what? How do you call it? I just call it cross, but
yeah,
and they're not able to get. They're not able to get on the tower sequentially, and that's what you need to rise up, you know, those various tiers and make the tower go up. Because there's a, you know, a certain fair distance where the tower is just alone.
Oh, they can't get on the tower. The killer will. They got the overtime at the very last second. The Kraken will be on top of the tower right now. Oh, it's not enough. He was pushed off just long enough. He couldn't even touch the tower. What a shot. And Rising Moon cleans out Spanish Army, with Spanish Army almost with the comeback there, but not quite enough. Rising Moon looking really good right now.
Again, just sadly going a casual 10-1. Okay.
I mean,
how... Yeah, another 3-0 for Rising Moon. 3 3-0s. That's the first half of the tournament. What's going to come next? Nobody knows.
Yeah, and right now, Rising Moon just postured to be on top of this group right now, and they're looking so crisp at the moment. But
yes,
for the time being, Spanish Army, they're going to lick their wounds, and we're going to be going on to another video here showing off the next match. It's going to be Extermination versus Crème Fresh. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.
mais c'est pareil côté cooldown.
Ouais, là c'est Sky qui est à gauche. Il va prendre boom, voilà, sur la vidéo.
Oh, Agito.
Il fait exploser.
Oh, superbe le kill sur Adao.
Le lance-tornade de près, là, Kiver, il reste à côté du buzzer et fait attention. Oui, le kill sur le dynamo.
Bien joué ce qu'il a fait sur le bazou. Kiver qui est très en forme. Là. On le sent dynamique, vif dans ses mouvements, il vise bien, il a les kills, c'est important.
Oh, et le kill sur le dynamo qui a arrêté.
Oh, bah il a eu aussi le dynamo, c'est incroyable. Killer est dans une séquence incroyable, ce qu'il fait.
Et avec de leur côté, il y a quand même...
Il se fait flanquer.
Voilà, la bagnole.
Oh, il a vraiment bien joué le coup là. Oh là là, c'est magnifique ce qu'il a fait.
Ouais, il a complètement évité le banana.
Oh là là, il enchaîne en plus sur Alex. Brian, il est chaud là.
Oh, il est sur serein. Oh là là.
Il est invincible.
Usually our biggest threat against Crème Fresh was Lean, but now that he dropped Squiffer because he doesn't have that much time, we will probably have an easier time than before against them, but they are still a very strong team like the others.
I would say for me with Extermination, the best moment has definitely been when I went with them at ESL. And that was just straight up fantastic, really, really fun guys. I really like them. So they're a team I really like playing with or against, no matter what happens.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Full Wipe. We're halfway through, guys, but we have an exciting match coming up for you. Crème Fresh versus Extermination.
My boys. Yeah. Crème Fresh and Extermination, two teams that, if you've been a long time I don't know, Splatoon viewer, Splatoon fan. You've seen these teams under their banners, under their names, playing for quite a while now, and I think it's really cool to see that these teams have been just around for so long. And the scene, the community that like kind of doesn't either value or just simply isn't able to keep teams together. These two teams have remained, constantly thriving to any extent, really, and it's been really cool to see that. From what I understand, these are the two teams that have lost. And from like the winners finals, I guess, that we just saw, we saw complete domination on the other side. I don't think it'll be complete domination in this game, and if we're gonna see close contention finally, it's gonna be between these two teams. They've been fairly close in skill level in the last couple months, and when we go and approach a Rainmaker on Port Mackerel, it's gonna be a pretty stally game. That'll probably, I anticipate, all the dams breaking, everything going crazy all at once off one big play. Crème Fresh, we haven't seen that quite yet from their part. Extermination, we've seen them take advantage of some spots, having their hyper-aggressive players really exploit opportunities. I'm looking out for Crème Fresh and whether Kibber can provide that on his front, as he's going to be on the front lines with his 52 gal, putting walls down and stalling as much as possible before they can get ready.
Yeah, just a quick note, this is not a bracket, this is just round robins.
Right, yeah, I know. Like a
like winners finals, not quite, just a really, really nice,
it was like the
convenient matchup.
Like air quotes.
eSportBros, just very, very aware of what's coming up next. But here we go, we do have another match coming up for you guys right now. It's going to be Crème Fresh versus Extermination. And we don't seem to have volume.
Yeah. Which is interesting because normally we tend to have it for Kibber. Kibber should have game audio ready, but either way, let's go ahead and get into this one.
In case, here we go. Port Mackerel. Is this Rainmaker? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Rainmaker.
Okay.
Banana's gonna split off to the left side. Instant burst on the Rainmaker there. Nobody covering this left side though. They're gonna have to be pretty wary of the shadow. An Extermination in the green, Crème Fresh in the blue. Kibber gonna go down the main middle alley here. Get rid of at least one before maybe approaching this left side and pushing even further. He doesn't have enough ink to be able to put up a wall until just there. He's going to be able to deny the bubble user on the opposite side. So for Crème Fresh, they're able to stall up for just a little bit, despite the fact that they have only 2 members up now. Extermination Shadow, in the meantime, doing what he can, maintaining in control of their own side that was just pushed up upon. Despite the fact that they had the man advantage, they couldn't push up on it just yet, especially from the use of that echolocator. It's going to stall out quite a bit. And Shadow's still gauging what to do, probably listening out for any commands or shots on Extermination's part, which, by the way, Extermination has gone pretty deep there. It looks like able to get rid of at least 2 there. Kagu doing some work.
Really interesting, both sides, just no one going to grab that ring quite yet. They want to make sure they dominate all these lanes. We're going to see Ingzuka come out right now. Oh boy, left and right, here we go. Sound coming back on just in time for the Ingzuka to do its damage here. Will it be enough for Crème Fresh to decide to hold on? Not quite yet. Extermination still holding on to the middle of the map here right now, although he is going to be caught from behind. Very nicely done from Majin. Unfortunately, not going to be able to complete any his way forward. And that brief moment of sound we had there.
Yeah.
As the excitement dies down from both sides.
That said, a quick double coming in on behalf of Kibber here. Nicely done on his part to be able to stymie the potential offensive. And keep in mind, this Rainmaker has literally not moved in the first 2 minutes of play.
I mean, both sides.
Go ahead.
That's the thing with this map, is that because of the way the lanes are laid out, it's so linear, so straight that both sides, it ends up being a huge contest for who controls the middle of the map here. And if that Rainmaker moves past beyond your court, it's pretty much game over. Comeback is almost hard here. Extermination, he may be able to get it. Oh, he dodges the sinker as well. Oh, the bucket too. He's going to make it all the way to the 40-point marker. A huge lead going the way of Extermination.
Yeah, really job well done on his part to be able to identify those opportunities available. You saw Kibber getting the Rainmaker in a pretty precarious spot, and honestly, I showed signs of concerns from the beginning of it. But it was really well coordinated to the point that like there is actually very little room for margin of error, because at the point that Kibber actually got the Rainmaker, there was constant ink from Extermination being put out to the right and middle side ahead of him, and he followed the inking player ahead of him on the left alley to be able to actually push it to that 40-point mark. Really job well done on Crème Fresh's part there. But as we say that, Rainmaker still pushed to the opposite side. Crème Fresh having the time of their life just playing defense right now, and it's really an easy affair for them as of right now. But that being said, Echo's going to go down to a snipe, and he's going to have to deal with this player trying to approach Kibber here to his left side, and unfortunately will be able to get the Izuga shot, getting taken down by Kibber. And Kibber here, he's going to have to try to do his part to push up onto the offensive while they can.
Yeah, right now, just an all-out brawl from the middle here. This is the problem that Crème Fresh has. They weren't able to defend their middle so well beginning the match there, and that just allowed Extermination to pull on ahead. And this is where it becomes troublesome to make a comeback on, because once again, both sides are now just going neck and neck at each other down this mid lane. But time wasted for Crème Fresh. They need to make a good push here, but they can't get trades. They have to get advantages in all of these attacks here, and there's just no opportunity that Extermination is giving them at the moment.
Yeah, and Crème Fresh is sitting pretty here. Extermination is sitting pretty here. They were actually in a situation where they really didn't need to take the Rainmaker. They had so much map control that I don't know about that. I mean, we'll see. Like, it's potential so that like they actually don't have to pay for that decision, but they have to put this Rainmaker in a vulnerable position. Able to get a really nice split kill into Kid there off the right side.
That prediction.
But we do see a member going down ahead of him, and I don't know. Well, hopefully we'll be able to play defense here.
I mean, again, great prediction on seeing where Majin was going to come in from the Seeker here. He knows that Majin is a very aggressive player with his blaster play like this. He has to be very careful. The Kraken is going to come from behind, so some time wasted.
Yeah, I don't understand why Extermination just simply couldn't keep the Rainmaker where it was and simply just maintain the map control that they had, because doing so, they were forced to push up with control of the Rainmaker, which inevitably is going to lead to at least one death, and from one death comes two deaths and with more fights. And with that being said, they actually enabled Crème Fresh to have another chance and to get the Rainmaker back again. Two members alive only. He's going to hop their Echo here, but they know Echo's right here. They know the beacon's there as well. And so they know where any opposition might be coming from. They're going to have to watch out. Kagu's going to come in from the left side, try to get to the Rainmaker. Crème Fresh able to take down at least one. And they're going to have to make sure they carry this out pretty patiently here. And make sure they get all four members participating in a push here. He does have his Inkseeker ready, but is not even going to bother using it. Able to take care of one member. Has the bubble that's activated. It's just going to run out, but they're able to land an Inkseeker shot onto the Rainmaker, and that's going to be it. Crème Fresh taken down. Extermination says no big deal. And they'll take the 1-0 quick lead on this one on Port Mackerel.
And again, this map, you just can't let go control the middle of the map here. And Extermination played that so well. Just that one push going after it, and Kid unfortunately just could not catch the Rainmaker in time during that one push. He tried to go for the Seeker, try to use the Seeker to push his way on through, but the Seeker misses the Rainmaker, and Kid was just turning around at the wrong time, and just that Rainmaker pushing its way through to that last small choke. And from then on, Extermination just held control of the middle of the map, and that was that.
Yeah. In the meantime, eSportBros showing us 6 threes, 6, and basically complete 3-0s all over across the board. And which is really interesting because these are 4 teams that I would largely consider to be close in skill, and so far that is definitely not the case. The 2 winners from round 1 when they battled it out. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And Rising Moon actually taking care of the team that won in the first round. So far, theoretically, they should be able to 3-0 every single team here, which is kind of concerning. But that being said, getting into game 2 here, everybody's favorite map, Black Belly Skate Park on Splat Zones.
Not Rainmaker, so this is going to be not as hectic as most other Black Belly Skate Park modes. So yeah, because most of the action is going to be contained in the middle of the map here. So you're going to see weapons that favor a lot of that favor these claustrophobic settings. You're going to see like Luna Blasters. You might see buckets coming out here, but it looks like we're seeing Kid go back to the Rapid Blaster.
Right. Yeah, I would not be surprised to see double Luna by any means. We've seen it before in Extermination in previous tournaments. So yeah, we'll have to see like how aggressive do they want to keep this. Obviously, quick respawn being loaded up on the Kibber's side as he is like the offensive go-to.
Banana going with the berry.
Whoa, berry really? Huh?
Yeah, he wants to have that long range, wants to have that coverage, so it has a nice little range the same way that a Zimmy would probably have. But also, the bomb rush is going to be really helpful for capturing the zones, especially in these claustrophobic spaces.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're better weapons, but we'll see what he makes use of it. I just don't see enough If he's able to take control of maybe middle tower or whatever, then sure. But either way, let's go ahead and take a look into this one.
Dynamo is going to come out from Crème Fresh, though. The boss on the Dynamo. This is the weapon that he became known for a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how he plays on it. Crème Fresh in purple, Extermination in green on your screens. They're going to get Kira pushing up pretty aggressively here, and maybe pushing up now that they have 2 people down on Extermination's side. Suction Bomb coming off to the left, and Quick Snipe coming off to the left side as well. From Echo there, nicely done from Echo. Shadow in the meantime having gone down as well. Both of our streamers getting reset back to their spawn points.
And Crème Fresh will be the first ones to get the point on the board right now, and they're going to hold on to the middle of the map as much as they can. They're going to try to control the upper ground with the boss, just fleeing ink as much as he can from the top side. Kyber is doing his best to make his way to the other side to try to get from behind, but he's going to get caught out regardless of what he does. But again, this time the roles have reversed. It's Extermination who are being pushed out of their own side of the map.
Yeah, Crème Fresh was able to get a quick lead. So as you see, it's at the 71-point marker, but it's going to be answered right back here. So Extermination, Crème Fresh, they're all going to go down in a flurry as 3 go down for Crème Fresh, and now we have to see whether Kagu can push up quickly enough. Inkzuka going to be able to cover where Kagu doesn't go. Doesn't get the Dynamo just yet, only 1 player going down. They're going to have to watch out for this left side where the Rapid Blaster, Majin, is going absolutely in right now. And Majin's actually not able to get the kill, but he gets them off the mid tower, exactly. So he will be able to distract them for a while, despite the fact that Extermination was able to get control of zones just now. That push from Majin is gonna enable Crème Fresh to at least get their feet together here, as they will lose the lead, but they will start, getting their second opportunity going here. Dynamo, I believe, going down just there to the right side.
Yep, it's going to be traded out there with Banana right now, as Shadow's going to make his way to the top of the tower here, trying to control the flat zone as much as he can, as Extermination still counting down that ticker right now, and Kyver just trying to find his way through right now, going in and out, just don't be careful the bomb right there to his left side, but he is going to dodge out of the way just in time here. And now they are going to stop the capture for the time being, so it's not too much of a lead that they have to work up against, and we have an Inkzuka at the play already, just waiting for that moment to use it.
Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty concerning. Fortunately enough, though, they do have an Inkzuka here on the middle.
Oh my gosh!
Nicely done here. And what that does is he split up his team, saying, "Hey, you go 2 on the right side. I got the middle. I'll take down 3 members. Doesn't matter because I have the Inkzuka, I have the 52 gallon, I have all the resources needed to be able to actually take the win here." Sorry, off the shot.
But they couldn't cover the zones in time. Extermination.
Either way, even though they didn't get the zones down in time, they still get the penalty eventually. And with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, they're in a good spot here. They only have a 15-point penalty left. Unfortunately, Kiver does go down on the left side to Kagu, and he has to call that out. Crème Fresh, be on the lookout here.
Yep, and right now Crème Fresh going to hold on to these zones as much as they can here. The ball is going to be fleeting from the backside of the map here as much as he can. Banana going to be taken out very nicely there by Kyver. And he's going to make his way back to the map. Can he take out the second one? He's going to be dancing around Shadow. Shadow's going to be taken out as well. Kyver going to make his way up into the flank. He has to be very careful though. Kagu is in the area. He knows he's there. He is going to be taken out.
Nice. Wow. Okay. Now, it depends. A lot depends on who wins this 1v1 battle here in the top middle on the tower. And I believe Crème Fresh got away with it. So we should be seeing at least it stay to neutral or in Crème Fresh's power, and they should be able to get the lead if all stays as planned.
Yep, 2, and there it is.
Yeah. So currently, as of now, Rapid Blaster sitting behind the corner there is going to be able to help Sporty here and the Dynamo get rid of it all.
Oh, it's Sporty that's playing the Dynamo. Sorry, I thought the boss was playing. Sporty playing. Okay. Yeah, Sporty plays a really mean Dynamo as well.
This is something that we haven't seen from Crème Fresh in the past. Consistency, staying on top of the zone and keeping it and holding it and never letting it go. But that being said, FULLWIPE coming on behalf of Extermination, able to get rid of 3 Crème Fresh members. Can Crème Fresh recover in time to keep holding on to their zone? I think the answer is no. The penalty has been sacked, and with 1 minute left to go, they have to be watching out here.
Yeah, they're going to have to go into overtime right now. This is going to give Crème Fresh a very nice opportunity to just disrupt them as much as they can right now. You have to be very careful though. There is a bomb rush they are going to have to work off against as they approach the middle of the map here. And Extermination are going to do their best to try to push out Crème Fresh away from this map control. But right now, they're just capturing zones left and right now. Extermination should be very careful. They do get a nice kill on top of the zone right now. Sporty also going to be caught out as well.
Alright, Extermination. They've been playing a super good job, well done so far, but it's been 2 in the mid and 3 in the mid, and so far I haven't seen anybody exploiting that left side. With 30 points left, Crème Fresh has got to change something up. yeah, the opposing side has been taken, but unfortunately it's not going to be for too long. Inkzuka being deployed as well should be able to handle this 1v1 unless Crème Fraîche can dance. Can you dance? Not enough. Kibber is going to go down eventually because of the Inkzuka. But Crème Fraîche still holding on to the lead despite them.
Oh no, they can't capture the zone in time!
And oh! Single-handedly hold him off for just long enough. He goes down toward the end, but Crème Fraîche finally getting that first game win on the board. And it's the first set that isn't a 3-0 sweep. Job well done on Crème Fraîche's part. They're able to recover and finally get some breathing room here.
All right, we have a match, ladies and gentlemen.
With the 14 and 6. My goodness.
And yeah, it is Sporty on the Dynamo. I thought it was the boss who stated. I didn't notice that he left and changed himself out. But again, really nice job for Crème Fraîche for holding on to that zone as much as they can. And now they may be bringing back the boss this time. Or not, we'll see what they want to do. It's going to be Ancho V games on tower control. It's a map we actually haven't seen competitive for too long due to some issues with lag on it, but it looks like we are going to be playing on this one for this match here. Kuron is going to be okay. So Kuro's going to be here for this one instead.
Yeah, let's see how exactly they're able to play this one out. Because yeah, Anchovy does cause a little bit of lag, but I don't think they're concerned about it. They're playing within their region, so it's not too big of an issue. I would like to think.
So like tower control.
Running with the
tower control on this map is very heavily dependent on mid-ground control. So it's going to be a huge bloodbath to see who controls the middle of the map. But once it gets to the alleyway, that's where things get really interesting. Because if that tower gets pushed all the way down through, it's over. Because again, just like Port Mackerel, you have to push all the way back to the other side through your opponent's ink. And that is extremely tough on an open battlefield of Anchovy games.
So yeah, we'll see what becomes of it. I don't think we're going to see too much of any composition changes, at least from Extermination's behalf. We're waiting to see what happens on Crème Fraîche's side, at least for Kiver, who's considering the berry, and right now probably talking it over with his teammates. And yeah, he's going to go ahead and lock in, and we'll be getting started here.
Yep, and here we go. We're going to have Crème Fraîche, going to have the bubble and the Kraken at the play to control the tower. Meanwhile, Extermination, what do they bring to the table? It looks like they're going to be bringing the Zimmy bubble as well. So it's going to be bubble on bubble, Kraken on Kraken. Let's see how this is going to go for game number 3 right now. Both sides even it up on the scoreboard. And immediately we're going to see Crème Fraîche go 2-2 down the lanes.
Yeah, it makes sense. Tower control, plenty of narrow choke points. That's often difficult to pass through without Invincibles. So yeah, it makes sense we're seeing all these bubbles. And Majin getting a quick flank here. Nicely done on his part. It's going to lead to a 2-man conversion, and Majin's able to push even further on here. So this tower is going to get quickly pushing here. Crème Fraîche in the blue, and Extermination in the blue, Crème Fraîche in the yellow. And it looks like they're going to be able to push this one even further up. I might have miscalled Majin there.
Yep,
either way, Extermination getting to the quick lead here at 69-68. Before taking down on his screen.
Almost got Majin. That was such a fancy little jump shot that he was trying to pull on Kid, but unfortunately not going to be able to get the kill, and with that, Extermination actually not going to be able to push that tower very far out. We are going to see the bomb rush coming out from Kyver now. He's going to try to cover this side of the map as much as he can here, try to distract them, and now it's going to be Crème Fraîche's turn to push this tower for themselves here.
I don't think they're going to be able to push too much. I actually thought Kyver was going to push that one up even further and just keep the bomb rush and himself on that channel, but he dropped down from it, and that meant that the tower couldn't really go much further since the tower is a little bit delayed behind him. The tower's going to stop at that 77-point mark. He's going to take maybe one down before going down. Yeah, it was a tricky call. It could have gone either way, and unfortunately just didn't go Crème Fraîche's way. So the tower will be reset back to neutral, but it's not a bad situation yet. Still plenty of time here with the tower points set to 77 and 68 points.
Yeah, both sides, they just need to be aware of the other side's bubble timings and Kraken timings, because that's going to be very important on how they're going to be able to push the tower. If they can sort of bait out the bubbles, bait out the Krakens in time, then they're going to be able to have a nice safe push for themselves and get at least to the alleyway with this tower. But right now, Crème Fraîche, they're going to be pushing them out here with the bomb rush coming out from Kyver here, and Shadow going to be a little bit careful. He does catch out Brian, though, who was right on top of the tower at the time. So the tower, once again, going to be stopped in its place.
Yeah, that actually does a good bit to stop the push. Typically, you have that sniper get on the tower, and the rest of the front line pushing on ahead of him. Brian getting down kind of stops a little bit of that. Either way, Majin's going to go down to, on our screen right there, Kiver is going to super jump back to some semblance of yellow territory. Bubbles being activated by Extermination here, but I don't think they've covered Kiver quite just yet, who is probably lurking.
All right, here we go.
Top there.
The first Kraken time is going to come out for Extermination right now. They're going to push that tower through the alleyway at the moment here, and now Crème Fraîche, they have to get rid of this tower from the side. If it drops down to the bottom, it's going to be even harder now. But we are going to see him just extend that push just a little farther. Sitting on top of the top. Can he get the Can we get the wipe from behind? He gets a kill onto Kuro, and it's going to be a three-man wipe though.
That trade was pretty important there. Otherwise, that tower could have been pushing to at least the 35-point mark, and that getting into the 30s is pretty important here on this map. So, yeah, John well done to at least trade at the point they did. Echo, nice snipe on his part.
The bomb rush is gone.
Sure doesn't go any further. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm glad you noted that, because a lot of the pushes that have started, if not all of them, have been on the behalf of these bomb rushes coming out on either side.
There's no control of the middle ground from Crème Fraîche. They're stuck in their alleyways right now. His Extermination just invading them at the moment. The bubble now going to come out from Banana there. Going to allow him to get another kill for himself here. And this tower just going to lazily move its way down here to the map. We will see Kagu just a little bit nervous. The Shadow a little bit nervous here.
That's the thing. Despite the fact that they have all this map control in the world, they still were only able to get rid of one with that bubble, because that bubble was isolated by themselves. They didn't really have enough players to spread out and control as much as they wanted to with that invincible. So still the tower remaining kind of at this awkward point right now. 43 is pretty good considering the context of the way the game has been played out, but it's still not where Extermination wants to see it if they want a more secure win. Crème Fraîche, they're going to have to pick it up within this next minute, and they definitely have the opportunities to do so. It's going to be a matter as to whether their sniper can land a kill and stay alive, I think. Bubble being activated on Kiver's behalf and somewhat preemptively. Maybe activating it preemptively, hoping that they get the bubble ready in the next 30 seconds. And they should be able to do so, but unfortunately the bomb rush is going to get knocked down quite a bit. He's going to lose a lot of meter there as he does go down.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's just Crème Fraîche. They cannot get their foot in the door right now. Extermination just coming every single alleyway at the moment. Bear almost gets killed by Kuro in there, but is going to be able to get out for the moment.
I think this is going to be Extermination's game here, unless something happens here. Bomb rush is being activated to the left. This could be the beginning of something of a comeback here, but Kiver, he has no bomb rush himself, and he's not able to contribute in the ways he thought he might have been able to. 5 seconds left to go, and he's pretty much by himself. He's going to activate the Kraken, he's going to be able to get at least one, but he's going to have to kill himself to get on that tower, and that's going to be it. Extermination with a calm, and a calm ending to that game. Going to be able to take the lead there, 2-1 in their favor. What are some keys you thought as to why Crème Fraîche couldn't seemingly pick it up back together?
It's just they just weren't able to control the middle ground as well as they wanted to, and you can see that in the way that they use their bubble timings and Kraken timings, that they just weren't able to use them offensively in any point. They were able to get some nice bomb rushes coming out from Kyver, but it just wasn't enough to push away Extermination and force them to use their own special so that they can safely bubble on top of the tower. But you always see Extermination holding on to at least one invincibility special to sit on the tower when needed to keep it pushed on forward, and that's usually when Crème Fraîche does not have any specials of their own. So a little scary for Crème Fraîche during that game, but we're going to a new one. It looks like it's going to be a sub for Crème Fraîche coming out for this next map, Rainmaker on Walleye Warehouse.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, Crème Fraîche definitely have the resources to be able to do so. So why not? That's definitely one of their strengths, the strength in numbers and being able to adapt on the fly. Rainmaker and Walleye is pretty interesting to see here. At least the last time we saw Extermination play in Walleye, it didn't go too well for them. And I want to see if they fix their wrongs from the lack of situational awareness they had previously to enable Spanish armies play last time on Walleye. Because situational awareness in general is going to be important, but especially on Walleye Rainmaker, where there's various channels to be able to flank, specifically on the left and right side, of course. So there's always got to be a player watching out for that. And we'll see exactly how both teams do that, and whether they're going to be able to do their job there. Because from there, if they do their job there, then we start getting to the nitty-gritty of firefights and coordinated pushes from one side or the other and whatnot. So yeah, we still have yet to see who the sub is going to be. But considering Crème Fraîche's roster of 6 or 7, could see anybody from the boss or whatnot coming on in. I don't think we've seen the boss in this set just yet, so it might make sense. But
he might be sitting out for the time being. They're trying to figure out who they want to bring in for this next match. It looks like here. Yeah, I mean, I will say a lot of these matches so far between Crème Fraîche and Extermination have always been won on the point of the middle ground. Like whoever's been able to control the middle ground, win the one-on-one engagements in the early parts of the game, they're the ones who always keep control because the other team just always has trouble pushing from behind.
Mm-hmm. Right. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know. I was talking about it before the set. Like, well, yeah, it's gonna be the boss. Yeah, I was talking about it before the set. These are two teams that I definitely wouldn't peg to have a 3-0 happen immediately. These are going to be close games, and especially on something like Rainmaker, that's a lot more open to back and forth. I think it's very likely we're going to see a Game 5 here with Crème Fraîche. We'll have to see how they play it out, of course. It looks like Kiver's going to transition back to the 52 gal, valuing the lower time to kill and the wall, especially.
Yep. We're going to see DeBoss back on the Wasabi. This is his favorite weapon at the moment to use right now, and for good reason. It's also very nice on this map indeed. Just use the bombs for control, use the ink strike for more control as well, and that's really what all DeBoss is about, is just getting that map control so that he can weave his way in and out of the map here. But this is going to be a very, very rough and tumble match between both sides, as they're both going for very combative builds. Oh my gosh, the triple shooter coming out for Crème Fraîche. Okay,
that's pretty insane, and I'm wondering if Kiver's gonna reconsider.
He's going back. Oh, they're all changing their weapons right now. They're just messing with us at this point, I think.
I don't know. I just think they're considering their options. But yeah.
Boss is subbing for Majin. It looks like is what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's Majin Jr.
Interesting that they would sub out Majin. I mean, he's been doing pretty well. He was pretty instrumental to their win on Black Valley, going 14-6. I'm curious. I'm curious as to the thinking behind it. Let's see how well DeBoss can do and replace kind of the shoes that have been left to fill. So yeah, getting off to a nice start here between Crème Fraîche and Extermination. Bubble's gonna pop an.
Oh my gosh! Very quickly making their way down. 3-man strong down the middle means they can pop the bubble much faster. And now Extermination again. This is what we're gonna see again. Full map control going the way of Extermination. They're gonna be pushing that Rainmaker up down the middle here.
I think that might be where it stops. It looks like Kagu did go down in the front line, but he here. Oh my god! It looks like he's still able to get like plenty of Crème Fraîche players that are coming on in, and because of that. Yeah, this has been surprisingly able to get way more.
Oh, he can't even get the bubble kill off in time. DeBoss tries to go in. He is able to survive, get some kills for himself with a 3-man weapon inside of Extermination. But that Rainmaker already pushed all the way to the 15-point mark. What a statement coming out from Extermination.
Yeah, no, super job well done on their part to be able to win their individual fights at the beginning. I think the loss of a squid towards the beginning from the bubble ended up costing Crème Fraîche more than they could have anticipated. But that being said, Crème Fraîche is going to start something here, and Kiver kind of going off by himself into a pretty vulnerable spot for him. I think he's going to go down here. Yep. And actually, this is really where they don't want to see the Rainmaker. This is a great spot for Extermination to kind of camp the Rainmaker if they wanted to.
It was a risky bet to push it up, but it wasn't. It's just going to have terrible results for Crème Fraîche now.
The Extermination in the past have shown that they've been kind of willing to push the Rainmaker even in situations that they don't have to, so that could go in Crème Fraîche's favor, but we have already seen the camping started. Killer Whale put in a really nice spot there. Is going to be able to detonate that Rainmaker, it seems. And this might be a little bit of good signs to come for Crème Fraîche. With that Killer Whale, it's going to force Extermination out of the immediate zone of the Rainmaker, but it looks like they're able to regain their footing here as Kiver gone to the opposite side of the map to try to deny any potential flanks. So far, Crème Fraîche not able to win the trades or kills needed to on the right side of the map to be able to get that Rainmaker.
These kill was from Kiver are really important, and he is able to knock out Echo from the top of the porch there, so this is a nice chance for Crème Fraîche to actually make their way to the top there. Banana is going to catch him with Disruptor. Kyver is going to be down, but they have the Rainmaker in their hands right now. They're coming from the top right side. This could be the comeback coming from Crème Fraîche. No! Just short.
Yeah, not enough, and I don't think they even expected to be able to do that. I think that what they wanted it to do was just simply be able to move out of that corner, because they didn't really have enough manpower to force it through that narrow channel. They didn't have the wall, especially. What I did really like, though, is Kiver. You notice a difference between where he placed his Killer Whales. The first time he did it to get the Rainmaker, it was off on the lower side of where they're playing right now. The thing is that there's going to be an upward angle of where they put that killer whale, which limits the extent to which they can cover the hall where the Rainmaker was. Identifying that, he went to the opposite side of the map, placed a killer whale, was able to better clear that space of Extermination members, and that's why they were able to move it to 34 and simply move the Rainmaker out of that narrow corridor. So really well done on at least Kibber's part there.
Kagu. He's like, oh shit, he saw me over here, and now he's going to be taken out now. And this is the chance that Crème Fresh is definitely waiting for. Once again, the killer whale going to come out to cover that Rainmaker. And now, the trade for Banana. That's actually really important. There's no bubble. There's no disruption going to come out from Banana now. Crème Fresh can decide to make a push here, depending on how fast Banana gets back to the map right now. And there it is. Crème Fresh going to make their way through. Oh, still not quite enough. That's just 1 point. The Kraken to come down as well.
Still 1 minute left to go in the game, but that's pretty disappointing for Crème Fresh. There have been a kind of momentum building over the past minute and a half or so that really was a sign of good things to come for them. But unfortunately, a lot of that map control established from that is being wiped off now. So, ooh, nice snipe coming in from Lean here. Job well done on his part. Let's see if Crème Fresh can recover.
Brian is a sniper. I think Lean's taking a break or something.
Right, yeah.
Which is why we're not seeing the sniper square for combo we normally see from Crème Fresh. But right now, this is looking a little bit scary for Crème Fresh. They have one last chance to push their way through right now. They're going to do their best to control middle ground. Extermination going to be choked out of the area. Oh, Kagu! So close to getting the kill, but not quite enough! And now they're going to make their way down. They have the Izuka there as well to help them out. Can they make their way out? They stay a few more points. That's just enough! Oh!
What's so interesting about that is he sees it, identifies the Kraken, and realizes, yeah, I won't be able to walk it up here. The Kraken's going to be able to immediately get me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swim my way up the wall, which actually, the difference between going to the ground and swimming up the wall is 3 points, 15 to 12, which is exactly the difference between where Crème Fresh is now and Extermination is. Extermination have one last chance to be able to wrap this one on up, but Crème Fresh, through solid play, seem to be able to force a game 5. Let's see if they can keep it up.
That lead, that Extermination build is so gone. It's so far away now. He's trying to waste time here around the bubble. The bubble timing is going to be gone, but no. That's it. The boss.
Crème Fresh. Nicely done.
That was such a great match coming out from Crème Fresh. They realized just how far behind they were, and they adapted so well. First, just trying to get that killer whale, the Rainmaker, out of that corner that they accidentally put it in. And then once it was out there, they began to win their matches 1-1. And that one setup there where Kagu tried so hard to come down to get the kill, but wasn't enough. And then the Izuka comes out to cover the Rainmaker track. Just really nice coordination coming in at the last moment for Crème Fresh.
Yeah, really promising to see. Because a lot, even their win beforehand, kind of seemingly. Actually, I don't know. I shouldn't say what I was about to say because they've been in their wins. They've been showing coordination and consistency, at least in this set. So, yeah, on the Hammerhead Bridge, pretty big map to work with. Coordination going to be pretty important, working along the entirety of the splat zone. So we'll have to see where exactly coordination will go for Crème Fresh and Extermination, and how far they can stretch it.
Well, here we go. This is the first Game 5 of this entire tournament right now, and what a match indeed. Crème Fresh Extermination is going back at each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this has been definitely one of the more fun sets to watch, just considering how close it all really is. And I know that a good bit of people trying to gauge whether one of these teams will be able to challenge Rising Moon. In the next set that we will be seeing, it will be Rising Moon versus Extermination.
This is again, this is a round robin series. So
right, yeah. I know.
Yeah, okay. Extermination. They want to get this win. It's Hammerhead Bridge Splat Zone, so they're gonna have the trust is gonna be on Banana to just control the upper side of the map. Get onto that splat. He's probably gonna stick with the Zimmy for this one. I wouldn't be surprised if he does decide to go with the custom Hydra, but yeah, this could be this is a great Zimmy map in general, and right now we're gonna see what kind of adjustments that Crème Fresh are gonna make. And Crème Fresh, it looks like they did trade out the boss for Majin, so Majin gonna come back in. I mean, they may as well be the same person the last way they played that last game, so maybe Majin is actually the boss. Have you seen them in the same room together? Actually, yes. If you watched the previous Crème Fresh matches, yes, they were in the same rooms. Not for this game. It looks like we're gonna see the double Octashot coming out from Crème Fresh here, which is interesting actually. They're gonna go full battle mode here against Extermination. Extermination gonna go play they're gonna play the great game. They have the Slatling and 2 Blasters.
Yeah, we'll see where they can take these Splatlings and Blasters, as they're going to be crucial here. It's like, oh, okay, 2 Octashots on behalf of Crème
Like
Fresh.
I was
Yeah,
saying
sorry.
before, this is going to be very interesting coming out from Crème Fresh. They definitely want to battle it out against Extermination here, while Extermination want to zone out Crème Fresh. So we're going to see how this is going to go for either side.
Yeah, obviously the loser of this will not be able to contest for the winning team, I guess, of FULLWIPE. The winning team will be able to have a chance at having a 2-1 record and tying for first.
Oh my gosh, Kyver going on a rampage right now for Crème Fresh, and is just controlling the middle of the map as much as he can here. This double Octashot strategy is working out right now.
Yeah, good aggressive play so far coming in from Crème Fresh. Able to get down 2 immediately, and Echo not checking the ink or playing preemptively, which is kind of a rare sight to see from such an experienced player and team. But yeah, Ingzuka is also available now, so he can start shooting from this angle, which normally you wouldn't be able to. Fires 1 test shot before actually getting onto Kagu there. Nicely done. Nice patience to be able to actually get that. And this might be the first 100-0 wipe we've seen from Crème Fresh in a while in general, outside of FULLWIPE. They're going to be able to at least make this another kill on the Kagu, make this incredibly difficult on Extermination to get back into the thick of things. But with 20 points left to go, I think Extermination have it.
They're finally going to make their way into the middle of the map. Banana trying to cover as much ink as they can. And there is the zone capture. 63-point penalty going by the way of Crème Fresh. And last time when we saw the team go for the early push, the other team came for the comeback here. So let's see if Extermination can do the same right now. We're going to see a bit of a dance here. Kyver is going to get the trade there against Banana.
Important trade there. You notice Kyver, for whatever reason, getting the purple ink onto the zone instead of green. And that at least delayed just a little bit on Extermination's behalf, allowing a Crème Fresh player to actually get back into the middle. So yeah, Crème Fresh still sitting somewhat healthy here. They have to act pretty soon though and win one of these fights. Gonna try to
the bubble comes in!
Sees the life for just enough to receive the assistance of the bubble, but it runs out just before being able to trade for a kill there. Crème Fresh, they need to be able to get back to the middle. They have been able to stall out though. 28 points left on the board, 25, 24, and they have to be able to win a trade or 2 here before, if they're not going to lose control of the game, but they will lose control. Bomb Rush is going to come out.
Oh my god, Crème Fresh, no!
100-0'd. I think that might be the case as there's near a full wipe, unless the one player here is able to come out clutch. No, they aren't. No, but the kill on top of the middle of the zone. Brian is absolutely nuts. Will he be able to get the kills and the shots able to get down the middle of the zone? Yes, he does. And Brian, my goodness, staying alive here for Crème Fresh, as they're going to be able to stay alive for just another minute here or 2. Will they be able to push up the zone here in the front line?
Okay, alright, I'm going to take the steamroller back now. You had some fun there. You were able to push up to 3 points. Now it's going to be our turn to keep the hold of the zone right now. The bubble coming in just at the right time. The Disruptor's on top of it. Banana is going to be able to get the kill on top of the Kyver. Not going to make their way into the middle of the map so far. And there's still 20 more points they have to work through in that penalty. Extermination want to make it hard for them to take this back. There's still 2 minutes in this match here so far. Both sides just fighting out left and right. But Crème Fresh slowly making their way in. Brian is going to be able to get the burst bomb rush on top of him.
Yeah, this is going to be incredibly difficult for Crème Fresh. I mean, you see them. They have a 52-point penalty to fight back now with Extermination in control. Ooh, it seems like Shadow might have gone a little bit too early with that echolocator on him. But still able to stay alive, which is important. Minute 20 left to go. No discernible lead being gained on either side now. And a stage of neutral that is going to require a special and a coordination of specials together in one side of the map, going together, I believe, for Crème Fresh. Let's see where these players from the purple side and Crème Fresh, how they can potentially go coordinate and how Extermination might be ready for it.
Yep, just 1 last minute left in the match right now. He's trying his best to hold on to this as much as he can right now.
Nicely done. Kiver actually losing the 1v1 to Shadows is super important with 50 seconds left to go. The rest of Crème Fresh have to be able to bounce back and maybe get onto and follow his path. Let's see if they can do so, or maybe whether Shadow is going to have to opt out of this. No, he's actually able to get a kill on Nakura before going down himself. And now Kiver able to help regain control of the zone here. And they only have a 21-point penalty, but as soon as I see that, it's now 44, 30 seconds left to go. Zinc Mini able to get rid of Crème Fresh there, and Kiver going to go down, unfortunately. Shadow coming back to life now.
Trying so hard right now. Extermination with the hold on the zone at the moment here. And Crème Fresh, they need a good push here. Bubble coming out really early though. What?
It can happen. Suction bomb coming out, but it doesn't seem like they have any specials. Bubble being activated, but it's not towards the zone. They don't have control of the zone, and it's going to be GG here. 0 seconds left on the board. If they had maybe 10 seconds left, they could have done something, but Crème Fresh not able to get in time, and Extermination hold out just enough to be able to clinch the win. 3-2 for them. Congratulations to them.
Oh my, I thought Crème Fresh would have closed it out much earlier. The Extermination came back and wiped them all out. Great plays coming out of Banana, and oh my gosh, both sides just duking it out. What a set coming out from these two teams here, but Extermination will be able to win it out here.
Yeah, super back and forth game in itself. I mean, obviously set it was back and forth as well, but the game, you talk about narrow margins of error. Crème Fresh getting off to one of their best starts in a matchup in general ever, getting down to like the teens for points. Then Extermination responding back seemingly accordingly in a mirror-like fashion. And just when Crème Fresh doesn't seem like they can actually come back, Brian seemingly bringing and reviving his team back to life, staying alive, getting a kill on top of the zone, and being able to use the long range of the sniper to cover so much zone with little time to spare. All important. But either way, we're going to go into the Extermination interview right now.
First, we were a clan of like 30 people. We were all German. We watched YouTube videos of that SRB2 dude, and we found out that the site Squidboards exists, and there we saw that how to sign up for tournaments. We started to play in tournaments, and we were pretty good. We usually came into the top 8 or even top 5, but the problem was that in the clan there were other people that also wanted to play but weren't that good. So then we all left and founded Extermination. It was founded on the 17th January in 2016. Me, Shadow, Savage, Hunter and Echo were the first 4. Cargo joined 3 weeks after that, on the 7th of February, because he asked us if he could join. So at the moment, the key players for Extermination are Savage, Echo, Cargo, Kiri, and Banana. So Savage plays Tend Attack or Octashot, of course, and he mainly goes for kills but also takes the objective. Echo plays mostly Elita but also the Kelp if needed, and he goes for kills but also Inks. And then of course Cargo plays the Luna. He pretty much focuses on kills only, and Kiri plays usually quick respawn Tent Attack. He supports but also kills, and when Banana plays he supports a lot with his Simi and the Disruptors, and then he bubbles, and he also turfs a lot for the team, which helps to coordinate pushes, etc. Our biggest victory was in SAI, the Splatoon Anniversary Invitational, because it was a very big tournament. Like, it didn't have that many teams because it was an invitational, but we ended up winning, and it was a very long tournament. I think the final ended at like 2 AM, I think. There was a guy from the USA who watched it, and he's a member of Nintendo of America. He's pretty famous there, so that was cool that he watched it. Yeah, it was a pretty nice tournament. And then of course we won. We watched a lot of streams from Dude back then and other people, and we really liked it, so that's why we started, but we never expected to come that far. But when we played our first tournaments, we played pretty good, so that's when we started to think that we could get a good team.
L'extermination, ce qui me fait peur, c'est leur style de jeu vraiment agressif. Et que c'est aussi une team, s'ils push, on sait très bien que même s'ils n'ont pas de spéciaux comme des Kraken ou des Shields, ils peuvent mettre des KO parce que derrière, t'as Kagutsu qui t'empêche toujours de revenir. Si tu restes un peu à distance, t'as des Inzuka qui arrivent sur toi. Ou t'as le sniper Echo qui est extrêmement bon aussi.
Rising Moon is, I think, the strongest opponent of these three for us. And of course, they won the ESL LAN, and in general, they are a very good team with a very good coordination.
Hello? Alright, Eric is not here. Okay,
Hello,
he is here.
hi. Give me a second. Okay. give me half a second. We're here. We're live. We're living. We're thriving. Extermination versus Rising Moon. Now, Extermination, having come from their most recent win versus Crème Fresh, super close one, right?
Yeah.
Have some confidence, maybe.
Set.
Yeah. Maybe they have some confidence now. Maybe they have some, with gusto, they can go into this matchup against a team that has shown time and time again, no team can contest them. And I want to see a team contest them. What are you thinking about this set?
Yeah, I was actually really hyped to watch Extermination versus Rising Unity. It didn't pan out exactly as I expected, so I didn't get to see like the full. I didn't think it was a true match between them because they're both really skilled teams, and as Savo noted, Extermination has a really just naturally aggressive playstyle, and they can maximize those pushes with Kagu, who is basically a wall that people have to get through. So I'm going to be very interested to see how Sabo deals with Kagu. He usually struggles with Kagu a little bit because, sure, he has those excellent setups where he can be able to get trades and always get the second spark off after he gets the first spark. But I think Kagu's definitely better at getting those directs, just in general paving the way for Extermination. And with Splatzone's Bluefin, I'm honestly not exactly sure what comp Rising Moon is going to go here. Binks notably does go for Try because Try just really works well with a lot of the ledges and such. I don't remember. You might have more experience in this piece of that, but I don't remember Extermination playing on Bluefin and especially with the two new members that they picked up recently. I'm wondering how they would adapt there on Bluefin.
Right, and I think it'll be certainly interesting to see exactly how they slot in, right? Spot zones in particular will require a fair amount of coordination considering that an entire other side of the map is going to be wide open. We'll see how the compositions look. They look fairly standard right now, except, yeah, we got the Zinc Mini coming in on behalf of Extermination as usual from Banana.
Yeah, basically what both teams would be going for, except Binks is just going to be generally staying back and covering the zone in that little hallway, or just on the top platform, just spraying and praying basically, because the heavy deco is so good in that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see where exactly. There's 12 seconds left on the selection screen. Extermination may be reconsidering any of their options, but I really doubt that these teams have kind of stayed on these weapons for the entirety of their sets for the most part. So yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah, the only bad thing that I could see going into Extermination's disadvantage is the lack of a consistent bomb to deal with Urza. Urza being a very, very good frontliner, So I'm wondering how they're gonna deal with that at the cross area.
Let's go ahead and let's see how it turns out. It looks like they're gonna pull off a 2-2 split, at least for Rising Moon, who is in the light blue color. Extermination doing the same. Looks like their two streamers will meet here. Shadow going on the left side, trying to take out the Luna Blaster, but is gonna lose out to Sabo here. Sabo in our screen is gonna see that a player is actually gonna
already.
So at this point, there's basically, actually, literally no one available towards the zone here for Rising Moon. Or sorry, for Extermination.
Yeah.
Rising Moon did a good job so far.
Yeah, Sabo is just really going towards Banana right now. And being able to take out their one bubble might be a pretty important factor. Erza is going to go with a really important play again. Oh, wow.
Yo, Banana there honestly should not have been able to survive that. Sabo had all the time in the world to be able to get away with the direction or any shot, but he missed completely. So maybe a little bit of a slip-up on behalf of Rising Moon there is going to enable Extermination to get right back into the thick of things, get control of the zone, and Sabo trying to recover and get on top of the zone once again. Able to help that, getting a double kill. Nicely done on his part.
I really like the position that Sabo took right there. He just hid right of the wall there and was able to get one. And even Kagu, Sabo again. Okay, he's actually going to jump back to somebody and kind of deal with the other side to make sure there's no flanks.
Suga available for Shadow here. Does spot out one player to the right side, but that person has put down the wall. It's going to be quickly taken down by the suction bomb. Maybe he wants to preemptively look out for that left side, because if the player is approaching from that left side, going to be able to get taken down. But unfortunately, either way,
kill off Binks there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the aggressive and defensive play Savage right now. He's just basically waiting for these opportunities on the zone. The burst bomb isn't really going to do much. I have not seen Andy actually much this game.
I actually really like the position he's playing right now. Yeah, able to get the kill on Sabo, but will he be able to stay alive to keep the zone? Yeah, it looks like they'll be able to keep the zone to neutral, which could go purple any second now. Nicely done on his part. They should be able to get the lead from this if they're able to get the kill on Sabo, who doesn't see him coming. Gets the double kill. How in the hell?
Oh my god!
They might be able to get the zone again. Yeah, off that double kill alone, they should be able to get the lead here, 36-35, and that should be the lead for Extermination, who seemingly at the beginning of this match didn't seem to have an inkling of a chance.
Is actually recovering right now. Banana with these smart plays.
Yeah, and Shadow, job well done on his part to be so largely responsible for maintaining control of that instance, but it looks like the ink strike will be coming down. We'll be able to lose the 1v1. It looks like he does lose it, and at the last second, Rising Moon has something to say.
And they're going to be able to just take the zone again, but this is really, I don't know what's going to happen right now.
Okay, so Shadow's part in all of that was playing a little bit back for a string of like a minute. He was playing back and towards that tower we're seeing, and he was looking left and right. Whether a player in an offensive is going to come in from that left bridge we see on the screen right now. And that happened just as when he was going to stop looking at that bridge. He saw the offensive coming in from Rising Moon, was able to take down that player, and another offensive is coming down. He's going to have to watch out for again if they're going to keep holding onto the zone. Stays alive just barely, but not for long enough. Sabo is going to take down 2 in a double kill with that Luna Blaster, and maybe more. And maybe now Rising Moon in this last minute, I should say, might be able to recover despite everything Extermination has been able to do.
Yeah, Banana is definitely learning from his mistakes right now and not being real.
Ooh, Sunny. Ooh,
Sabo.
the
bomber's just going to be
Ooh, Sabo.
Totally
He's going to go down there.
Totally negating the value of that.
Right.
Rising Moon, less than a minute left. Are they able to take the zone? Not able to get the trade quite yet. But Sabo is going to go down.
Yo, but they're super close. 5 points. I don't. It looks like they're going to be able to do it. Oh my goodness! Rising Moon able to come back from what was seemingly an overwhelming offensive being put on from Extermination. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a good glimpse into it. But Rising Moon putting down any semblance of hope from Extermination and their mid-game play.
Amazingly tactile comeback coming out from Rising Moon there. They were able to fend off Banana and just kind of keep them back. And I also liked how they were, at least 1 to 2 of them were watching the right side, or the side without the zone in the beginning, and then they kind of all shifted to a mindset of, hey, we all need to be on the zone. Tower control and Urchin Underpass. Like Rainmaker, it's very difficult since there's only one path through their hill and through that grading area, all the way up those, succeeding ramps and to that pedestal. So a knockout is extremely, extremely, extremely rare, at least in the Rainmaker's case. Again, not too much from the change, not too much in the change of comp. Rising Moon's going to go for a double 10 attack, which is to be expected, and Andy's going to go for his classic no damage kelp splatter scope for the whale spam.
Alrighty. Poor mackerel. Or sorry, not poor mackerel. What am I saying? Urchin Underpass. Let's see how Extermination can recover from their losses. They've been able to jut out to good starts in the past. Shadow in particular and Kage have done a great job. Let's see how
I like the juke there that Sabo is doing. He felt like he was going to get the Banana to play the bubble, and now he's going to be able to get a trade. 2 down on the side of Extermination.
Yeah, 2 down on both sides, really. So, yeah, we'll see just how exactly this might affect play. Looks like a Rising Moon is going to be able to push up a little bit further. Save out just waiting for anybody, really, before going nuts here. And he is able to spot out Shadow. Going to be able to take him out immediately, seemingly. Disruptor is going to pose in him for just a second, leading up into the follow-up kill from Banana's side. So, yeah, we're going to see Shadow here recover into the fray of things, into the thick of things. Inkzuka being deployed off to the left side of where he sits, and it should be able to get an easy kill here. Yeah, easy kill into the Inkzuka. Unfortunately, in a sea of 3 people, but it's completely worth it to get rid of that special. Either way,
wow,
though.
Binks. Wait, Binks is playing the vanilla splatter shot? Very interesting.
That's how he's only going to be able to push to 75, so not too much being done.
Yeah, one aspect of Rising Moon's team play that I don't think a lot of people like to necessarily mention is their use of invincibility and utilizing. They're able to bait out these important specials and successfully get a push going forward. Sabout is going to know somebody on the right side, but going to get sniped by Echo right there, who has a Kraken on the ready in case pushes for... Wow, they're just being wiped again and again and again.
Right, no, but the thing is, there's a lot of trades, actually. Like, yeah, 3 of them did just go down, but 2 went down at the same time for Extermination. So, whoa, okay, nice kill there. Either way, yeah. Rising Moon on your screen as light green. Still struggling to find a way to get kills without having to pay the price of their lives as well. So, yeah, both teams are just trying to find out solutions as to how they can effectively win these firefights. So far, nothing yet, but Bubble coming in from the left side, maybe changing that up a little bit. It's 2 people coming in from the left side. One of them won't be able to spot out Sabo, but Sabo not able to get the direct, meaning they will go down there. But he will go down there and not be able to get the kill.
Wow, catches Kagu off guard there. Banana's being a little bit aggressive, and he's just kind of going in there alone. And really without support, I'm not sure why you would exactly do that. Shadow is going to be able to kill Binks there, and yeah, okay then.
Yeah, as we're able to get at least 1 there, and that's going to put off an Extermination offensive for now, but still, these leads are not too impressive from either side.
A wipe! That's the wipe on the side of Extermination.
Oh, wow, okay.
They're going to be able to make a push.
Okay, yeah, they have a well-coordinated push coming in, but I think someone... Okay.
The bubble.
Yeah, they actually had 2 on the tower for a good bit. Really smart of Kiver to be able to actually check this left side, and is going to trade, which is important.
Very
2
important
down on the side of Rising Moon. They're still
it's just
going to
keep going.
Marker. Now, if they get it to the 40s, that might be the near win for them. Suction Bomb is onto it. Unfortunately, it looks like the barrier is going to be set. The limit is going to be set at 52. So yeah, we have yet to see how Rising Moon will be able to respond to this, but you best damn well know that they have plenty of control on the map right now, having just eliminated most of Extermination. And you best damn know that Sabout is going to turn around and at least get 1 kill, maybe 2. Still has his special Bomb Rush coming out just now, and he is going to be able to push back Extermination as a result. And this might lead into an instant counter-offensive here.
I mean,
if he's able to get the kill here, yes, gets the kill, but unfortunately goes down to the spot bomb. And that might actually stop a little bit of this push. If Crème Fresh is able to respond accordingly, yeah, it is. They're going to get to the 52-point mark, and it's not going to be enough. They were at an exact tie.
The exact time needed. I did not expect Extermination
to... They're still moving, though. They're still moving. They're still in the tower, but it's not going to be enough. Either way, they take it, but just for a split second, it's not going to be enough. And Crème Fresh, every single second that they stayed alive, Kibber getting one kill despite going down in the last second. Every action mattered. And it's still going to matter. The tower is still pushing. They get the 49, 48. And Rising Moon comes back from the dead, seemingly able to get it to that 39-point marker, having multiple members on that tower. Echo's going to be able to get the kill, but it's not going to be enough. And with 12 seconds left to go, Rising Moon have come back from seemingly nowhere once again, which has got to be utterly disappointing for this Extermination side. Can they recover to any extent in overtime?
I'm not sure. They were holding Helm's Deep right there, but 2 down to the... Oh, wait! 2 down again. Oh my goodness, 2 down again. They might be able to make it if they're able to save Al and make sure he doesn't get the...
Overtime? The overtime clutch? The bubble clutch? I hear all of them on it, but I think they all got pushed off. They were all in their bubble form, all on tower, but I think they actually just all got shot off.
Yeah, and you notice...
Off of it.
You notice right at the end there that Urza was hiding directly in close, waiting for that high impact play coming from the quick respawn, since he was wearing comeback. Yeah, I really like the 3 aggressive shooter tactic on Urchin. That can work out really well. Deep Blues has done this before in tournaments. Yes. They've done a triple shooter on Urchin, and it's that type of map, going back to that match, where you can have you don't have to have that good of a aggressive game plan in order to break a defense, just due to the nature of the ramps and how much, if 2 people go together and they just kind of fan out and kind of cover those entryways, it can really work out well for them. Binks is actually going for a Vanilla 96 pick. What do you think about that?
Vanilla 96 is kind of weird. We don't really see that much at all, ever. Especially considering the 96 has been seeing decline for, honestly, like, I don't know why. But people have
it's gotten a resurgence.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, like, there's definitely been an arc, like a story arc of, like, 96 saw a lot of popularity initially, then kind of dipped in popularity for kind of the longest time, and only recently has been seeing that resurgence. And it's because it's always really kind of been a good weapon. I mean, despite the hits it took in previous patches, and on something like D'Alfantino, where you could use that extra range, it's going to be pretty beneficial here. So we'll have to see where exactly it takes us. Shadow, Extermination, trying to fight off and stay alive for just another second. Extermination in purple, Rising Moon in the light green, as we get underway here.
Possible game point for Rising Moon right now. I'm not exactly sure who's exactly going to go for first. Glad that Savage or Shadow didn't get caught out by the Eater on their drop right there. Almost has Zuka, but again, being a little bit more patient and just waiting for these opportunities to happen and let them come to him.
Right. Yeah, we'll see where exactly... Oh, Ingzuka nicely done. Insta-kill onto the Rainmaker. Nicely done on Shadow's part, who will be able to help explode that Rainmaker and maybe push it somewhere else. They do have all the time in the world to be able to seemingly push this Rainmaker up into the opponent's side. It's going to try to follow Kago here, who is the defenders, I guess, for... there's a massive front line actually ahead of him, so it seems pretty safe for this Rainmaker here. Echo able to take care of the Rising Moon over to the left side, and they're going to be able to take that jump to make it to that 40-point mark, that 34-point mark, and wow! Such good work done on the behalf of Shadow in carrying that Rainmaker. I think sometimes people overlook the skill and kind of awareness that's needed to effectively and efficiently carry a Rainmaker, and Shadow just does it to a T right there. 27 points is a great lead for Extermination to get, but the question remains, can Extermination maintain a consistent lead? They've gone off to fiery starts in the past, but it still yet remains to be seen whether they can hold on to that lead.
Well, to answer your question there, Eric, I think that Extermination can hold the lead if they can let their defense hold and just defend from the constant onslaught, you know, high individual skill, as well as the advanced team play that's just flowing from Rising Moon right now through all of these sets. I don't think they've lost a single game so far this tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's been kind of a challenge for anybody to really get a foothold on this team.
Wow, Zimba actually got pressured there, got eliminated by Banana again. Nice knife coming out from Andy there.
Nicely done on Kagu, by the way, to get rid of Andy there.
Oh, yeah.
Sebao able to at least trade with Kagu, who was able to get a double. Kagu, of course, playing the typical aggressive role he has and is doing a good job of it. And I like this. This is a noticeable difference, I think, when talking about how Extermination is going to actually win and keep up the lead they get. There's always the option of offense is the best defense, and that so far seems to be the solution, the temporary fix right now for Extermination. But how long can they keep this up? Rising Moon says maybe not that much. Maybe they can't keep this up too much.
Yeah, Sabo's having a really, really tough time killing Banana. I don't think he's got a single besides that first match in Bluefin. Okay, Savage. Okay, Shadow is able to get Urza there. So.
Yeah, either way, able to turn around and kill onto the Luna Blaster, kind of. But Sabo will be able to take him down. So far, the game in a neutral stance that we're somewhat not used to seeing. With their Rainmaker slightly tilted towards Extermination's behalf. Or sorry, I should say Rising Moon's side. So. Extermination at this point are gonna want to make sure they keep off. Ooh, a quick double. Yeah, the bomb being thrown out. Yeah.
Okay, man.
Yeah, and that actually is pretty crucial considering. I mean, just look at where they were. Rising Moon is extending into the depths of Extermination's base and really setting up for a big push here. If that double kill didn't happen, that could have happened a lot sooner than thought. But either way, Echo gonna get a nice snipe onto Rising Moon here with a minute left, just over a minute left to go. Bubble's going to burst on that Rainmaker, and still the question remains, Echo and Extermination have been doing an incredibly good job of maintaining this defense, but it's still a matter of whether they can cover this left side, cover the right side as well, just make sure they're communicating to everyone consistently and making sure they keep this high level of defense, the high level of spin. Unfortunately, Urza, though, you want to start talking to us, Urza? Urza's talking to us right now and saying, hey, I don't give a damn. I'm going to push through their base, and I'm going to make another story of this game. Another last-second push. It looks like they're going to maybe be able to camp out this Rainmaker who is trying to push out to the main hall. Andy, I don't think is going to be able to get away with that.
Yeah, they definitely can't survive that.
That said, though, Killer Whale coming in. It's going to be able to get rid of it. They're going to be able to brute force this one. Oh, no, it's nice snipe on the Urza. They're able to stop it just for a couple seconds longer, but they still have the man advantage here towards this Rainmaker. Will they be able to get it without getting killed? I don't think so. I think Extermination has this unlocked.
Yeah, they have it so unlocked right now.
Yeah,
wow.
That's it.
Rising Moon losing their first game of this tournament. A thing I wanted to say when you were talking was that I like the positional awareness that Extermination kind of utilized when they put the Rainmaker at their drop. Because sure, that may be a debatable position because you can get to the spinner, you can get to the spinner in mid to the other spinner very easily, or you can go up that wall, or you can take those tiny little platforms all the way up there. But they were just controlling the momentum and really waiting for Rising Moon to make that move and subsequently punish it even with the stealth jumps coming in. So I don't know if that was intentional or not, but those are the types of nuances in Rainmaker that you definitely have to pay attention to. Shadow notably going for the 3 subs of ink recovery because the walkways on Salt Spray can be a little bit scarce at times, and I don't know if anybody shares the same. I think QRSJ Tentic is actually a waste when it comes to painting the zone. Because Tentic at best has, around average painting ability and he just needs movement and recovery. Now, with Rising Moon's composition, Erza goes for a very damage-heavy, very aggressive style Cherry, and hides behind his walls a lot. Double wall, in general, being very powerful on Salt Spray, just due to how far the structures are away from the walkways. And yeah, Extermination could possibly make the comeback here, and we have to find out though.
I think the beginning is largely going to be a battle of
yes,
Sabo and Kagu, and which side is going to be able to better aggressively push and does establish really good map control for their team. Whoa, the side snipe coming in from Echo. Job well done on Extermination's part. As soon as I start amping up and hyping up the Blasters part and all this, the sniper is actually going to do a good number to the offensive from Rising Moon, and Extermination off to an immediate good start here, and we could very well see that they get the start and end up clinching this win right from the get-go, as it often happens on Salt Spray. Nice suction bomb onto Andy, who is climbing up the wall and was met face first with an my goodness, these bombs!
Yeah. These bombs.
Yeah, pretty important. We do see the sniper coming in from that right side, though. Might have to watch out for that. Or sorry, I should say the shooter coming in from the right side. Bubble being activated. He's going to try to hide away for now and keep that Luna Blaster away. And he will be able to do so. Sabao kept away at the fray. There's one player contesting at the top of mid, but that's not going to be enough to be able to get this zone immediately. Extermination, do only have does have one member down for the 4-man offensive that's coming up soon. But that being said, Killer Whale not going to land on anybody just yet. Another suction bomb kill. My God. And Extermination might be going to a game 5 just like that. That said, counter has been stopped.
Oh, wait. Everyone's in the back, though. Oh, wait. Well, I mean, they can defend the gate anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sabo's just being hounded by Echo right now. He can't really do anything. Gonna jump to their snipe. I really appreciate how much damage he is. Okay, he's gonna kill Kagu with the stray splat bomb there, because, Luna can be out.
Either way, he needs to go to it right now. He's going to play the offensive when he can. He's able to get some control of the zone. Needs to get a call on top of it, though. Can't afford to die on it. And he gets the nice direct on the banana. And I think they will be able to get control. Yeah, they do stack the penalty on top of Rising Moon. We're still locked in for at least another minute or two of play. Job well done on Rising Moon to maintain their composure. We do see the echolocator come out of this corner, though. And although they are echolocated, Sabo does know there is at least a player or two here and needs to be able to fend off.
Yeah, with how knockout heavy the Salt Spray zone's meta is, I'm surprised. I noticed that too. That was a really sick flicking Suka shot.
Yeah, either way, where are you at, Extermination? We don't see them at all. In fact, Extermination's banana is gonna come out to death after death, trying to approach a spot where they simply can't approach without covering the needed territory to do so.
Yeah.
We're at the near 25 point mark here, and so far Extermination have apparently seen no way to get back in. He's still going to lose a 1v1 to Shadow before finally going down to, I believe, Echo there.
It's all Sabao in the spotlight right now.
This might be it. This might be the set. They're going to get the lead by just a point, but Extermination seeming to come back at the last second here. All three of them in the same kind of area, and they will be able to get the advantage. They stay alive for just another second longer as they... This is only a 1-point game, everybody, and there's still 2 minutes left of action. More than 50 points on each side of penalties to go through, and we're still in for quite the haul here.
These precise recoveries in Salt Spray zones you only see at the top level. Just...
Yeah, exactly.
And the fact they were able to clear out Rising Moon in backlot there, because they often like to stealth jump, is also, quite an amazing feat in making such a precise prediction there on when to cover the zone, how fast they should cover the zone in terms of the circumference. I see Sabao is going to be jumping to their snipe. 2 down, so they're controlling their spawns, which is good.
They might as well have this, but they have to watch out for Rising Moon. They're sharking around in the sea of blue ink, and then now they're
not going to get on the zone.
He's not going to be able to do this in time, I think. Yeah, that's going to be it. Extermination at the last second. Nicely done on their part. They're going to be able to tie it up.
The counter push with the counter at the end. Where is the second to go?
Oh my God.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, man. Extermination. I'm really glad to see that not only have they put, one win on the board and give Rising Moon some competition. The narrative is no longer about that. It's about whether Rising Moon will even go undefeated at this point.
I may not have voted for Extermination. I voted for Spanish Army, but I also like them really appreciate what they can accomplish with their base team comp. All right, so I forgot.
What's up? What's up? Talk to me, man.
I don't know that. Oh, it's tower control.
Yeah,
I was looking at the right screen. Okay.
Yeah, Shadow's been rocking the English text. No worries, dude. Yeah, tower control on Flounder right now is going to be a fun one. We'll see.
Yeah.
It looks like Echo doesn't really... I mean, I've often seen snipers kind of change up their weapon on this map, and Echo is opting to not, at least for now, still maybe considering it. Yeah. But with only 15 seconds left on the countdown, actually no time. They're going to go ahead and lock in.
Yeah, basically they're both going for the exact same comp. Coming from a prediction standpoint, I think Binks is going to lose to Banana. I think he has some good baseline mechanics of Try, but I don't think he's going to be able to handle the maneuverability and the almost godlike aim sometimes that Banana possesses when he does play Zimmy. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to be able to push it out in the street. Chad is going to go up first onto their roof, and nobody's really going to go for the opening push yet. Banana already having bubble.
And is activating it. Yeah, that's a pretty early banana. I was gonna say early banana to use. Early bubble to use. Either way, it shouldn't be of too much consequence. Looks like all the offensive from Rising Moon is gonna come up all at once. Sabao will go down though in the process. Shadow able to get a good foothold there and play nice. Some nice defensive stally play, despite the fact that he's poisoned kind of by himself. So yeah, he's gonna have the.
Oh,
he's gonna,
that's not good.
Yeah, he's gonna have to actually back off there.
He's giving Binks free meter by doing that, so he either has to just, you know, risk it.
Nice.
And he's gonna risk killing Urza there. Nice job.
Yeah, he does have the Inkzuka available as well, and he does spot out a player to the opposite side of the map, so might consider using that Inkzuka right about now, but no, he's gonna hold on to it for just a little bit. No reason to do so. There's only a minute into the game, plenty of time left with no seemingly discernible offensive being put on. Sabo will go down as soon as I say that, and Shadow doing a good job to just simply stay alive.
Both teams playing the neutral pretty smart.
As soon as I say that.
Okay. Yeah,
as soon as I say that.
Both teams playing the neutral pretty smart right now. You don't really want to make the first push in tower because you get extremely punished, especially in this. Crème. Oh nice. Wow! Did somebody go? Oh, somebody of Rising Moon went into Extermination's base there. I think they jumped from the tower.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I was kind of questioning why did I see that. Anyway, Rising Moon in the yellow is actually going to be able to start making a push here. And Sabo is going to get the very tail end of that bubble as it starts pushing to the 45-point marker. But now they know not to mess around. The enemy is starting to come back here.
Wipe! That's a wipe.
Yeah, that's going to be a near wipe to full wipe. As, yeah, basically, they were able to get the offensive, but Extermination says, hell no, you're not going any further than 45, especially if all of you guys are going to be on the tower. We'll just say a quick note of that and get our way onto this offensive right now. 4 players still alive, 3 players alive with 2 alive on Rising Moon's behalf. Going to be able to force the bubble on the left side before going down.
A little note that I would like to say is in Flounder tower control, usually the towers in their street, if both teams play pretty perfectly, usually you can have only 2 people on the tower while the other 2 kind of cover the back line. That's what Rising Moons do, but it can also leave you vulnerable because if you're caught, out of position, you can't get wiped. Okay, he's not gonna get Banana there, but yeah, sometimes in neutral you can't really read. You have to wait see what happens. Yeah, Extermination only losing by. Oh wow. He's going to be able to get on the tower, and that can also be a struggle with that. Just getting past that initial drop zone and making the tower go down.
Right.
Just being overly paranoid about a blaster like Sabao.
Yeah. So far, only really trades have been happening within the last minute or so. Every offensive that Extermination has been able to get, we always see to the corner that a bubble has been used a little bit too early. Players catch themselves in a little bit of sticky situations. So far, Extermination hasn't been able to get the push yet, but they really wanted to. And they haven't had the specials for the right push either. Able to get a kill onto Sabo, and if he gets another one, this could be pretty crucial. Unfortunately, not able to just yet, but still a kill coming on, and still the response is a Inkzuka to the face. Urza getting that Nice kill on top of Extermination's players, and Shadow is going to go down. And in the meantime, Sebo on a killing spree here. With a minute left to go, might be able to clinch this victory out for Rising Moon, who so far has done due diligence of being able to maintain their lead. But as soon as I say that, Kagu's on the offensive. Watch out.
Okay, I find it really interesting here because now Banks has bubble. And about like 30 seconds earlier in their street, and nobody was really paying attention to Banks that much. I don't know if they were exactly paying attention to Banks throughout the macro and the micro. All the pushes have just been canceled, and everyone's just kind of a frick. Oh, I wasn't able to get Banks there.
Yeah, this is pretty tough. There's only 20 seconds left for Extermination to actually forge a comeback, and they haven't really been able to get any in control. The Disruptor is going to be placed on top of them twice, and they're back into Extermination's base. I don't think they're going to come out on top of this. Sabo with another kill as well, and that should be the game. As Extermination, they put up such a good fight, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it in the long run. There's 2 players left.
2 down.
That's going to be it. Yeah.
And there you go.
Unfortunately, not able to come back towards the very end, but put up a good fight. Congratulations to Rising Moon for holding them off as Sabo and their Zinc Mini go through the Extermination base, put off plenty of disruptors, take down 2 towards the very end, and stymie any chance that Extermination had.
Definitely, they played that match really, really beautifully, and the reverse 3-0 denial must feel pretty bad. But those 2 matches where you and I thought the set was going to end was very beautifully orchestrated. That Splat Zone Salt Spray game will definitely stay in my memory for a while now.
Yeah, for sure. That being said, congratulations to Rising Moon. They are at least guaranteed 2nd place. But yeah, from here on out, we have to see whether... actually, I'm pretty sure they're guaranteed 1st place at this point, because Spanish Army was the other team to win. What is it? Spanish Army was the only other team to win, and they lost to Rising Moon 3-0. So I think at this point, yeah, Rising Moon is guaranteed 1st place. Congratulations to them. We have one last matchup coming up. Stay tuned for the interview.
The first person I met, which is actually in the team right now, is Janine. I met her in Turvar just by randomly joining a battle. Through her and Maver, I think, which is a friend of Janine, I ended up meeting Weasel, which eventually asked me to create a team. So yeah, we started with Weasel and me, and we stayed with 2 members for quite a while, I think. Because sometime later, we also ended up adding Janine and Lean. Yeah, that's basically how we started.
The main players are Beanox, Brian, Kiver, Lean, me, and Majin right now.
Yeah, let me just start with Beanox. First of all, he's like a really amazing charter. Surprisingly, not many people know him that much either, which is kind of funny because he's so good. He plays pretty defensive, obviously as charter, but he's really hard to get rid of, in my opinion. Like, if you want to take down Beanox, it's not going to be easy. And he is overall really good at defending the objective and stuff like that.
Okay, Brian, he's a really good charter. He's not just good as a charter, because Brian's also an extremely versatile player under every aspect, as he's not only just a great objective player, as a defensive player, and also an aggressive player when he picks up weapons like the Carbon and the Tentatic. Lean is a really good player that, for a long time, couldn't really understand what weapon was right for him until he picked up the Squiffer, as he used to play 52, and he used to use a lot of quick respawn to patch up the fact he didn't really like using the 52. And then he finally found the Squiffer, and he found his own, basically. Well, Majin is a madman. He is the main blaster player for the team, but he's not like the standard Luna CRB player. He's actually a rapid player mostly, although he plays every single blaster. And the great thing about him, he's extremely aggressive, and he knows the weapon so well, he doesn't even get punished for it, as he does get the directs when he needs them.
Heroes, first of all, he plays also different roles as well. For example, he plays Hydra as well, but he also plays like 52 and Splash Shot as well. one of his strength points are like analyzing his own movement and being able to play very well with so many different weapons.
Kira, on the other hand, is more of a specialized player into the Tentatic and the 52 as well, but the Tentatic mainly. His movement goes to show how good and how much he's mastered the weapon. I hope what, for example, ESL did was just a first step in a better future direction with hopefully more events like that one happening, which would be fantastic to have. Also, it's great to see all these events like these happening, like the one hosted by EBTV right now. So I just want to thank you guys. Also, the events hosted by Luti, or the ones hosted by Inkstorm as well. I would like to see more and more events being casted, become bigger, become greater, be organized well continuously, which would be fantastic. And what I would also hope for the team would to grow even more into something bigger, you know, branding the team and everything, and potentially, you know, reaching the dreamed esports goal.
Pour éviter les tirs.
Sur Alex.
Oh ouais, super. Il est bien monté sur le mur.
Chronos, là, il faut qu'il fasse attention. Chronos vient de mourir dans la zone. Là, il est encore derrière ce mur là. Il prend le kill sur.
Oh là là là, il bouge bien le jeu.
Ouais,
il fait des mouvements un petit peu insolites, il essaie d'être un peu imprévisible. Et là maintenant il va surveiller l'accès gauche.
Et là, oh le kill sur Banana, magnifique.
C'est dur, c'est cruel pour Banana.
Oh le deuxième,
Chronos.
Et full team.
Ça va dans l'autre sens. Oh le duel contre le Kraken, comment. Oh il va se cacher.
Oh là là là.
Oh là là.
C'est beau.
Il est incroyable. Et il le tue en plus, c'est incroyable.
Magnifique.
Spanish Army, I don't like their playstyle. Yeah, I don't like it. I just the playstyle is so annoying. Too much quick respawn nonsense. I don't like it.
¡Qué fresh! Link con el Squid Fair. Brian tiene una puntería excepcional. Y luego encima tienen también a Kiber, por ejemplo, que es muy bien frontline. Siempre sabe por dónde entrar para flanquear y la verdad es que es un equipo muy coordinado también.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final exhibition match, Crème Fresh versus Spanish Army. All right, Jess, how pumped are you for this one?
I'm extremely pumped, man. I've definitely been the entire tournament. We're gonna be getting the POV of Crème Fresh, the boss, and Spanish Army Jordy, also another very favorite player of mine. If you guys don't watch him, please check out him on Twitch and on Twitter. He's a really, really good dynamo and possibly the best in the West right now. But anyways, first match going into Splat Zones Mahi, definitely a very positive map for Jordy's playstyle.
Is this Kronos' first match that we've seen today?
Oh, Kronos is playing. Yeah, Kronos, if you guys didn't know, recent pickup in Cream Fresh's intensive tryout process. He played a...
Well, he got kicked out.
Oh, nice. He played a really good 96 scale deco on New Civilization, which unfortunately ended, but all those people, or all those players on that team have come to find other teams, which is, you know, really great. Ryanator unfortunately retiring, but leaving a very, very storied legacy. Okay, what do you think? So, with your observations, what do you think Cream Fresh is generally going to go for with Splat Zones Mahi?
Well, they're definitely going to play the control game. I'm curious if they're going to bring Sporty in for as their dynamo. Yeah,
okay.
There it is. Okay, yeah. I was like, why did they switch out Kronos? Okay, since this is Mahi zones, you probably want a dynamo. Because dynamos on this map are very powerful indeed. There's a lot of space for them to fling their ink. They can hit the upper areas as well from any position. It's just... And the zone itself is so wide open that a dynamo can cover it really fast. So having that dynamo there for either side is definitely going to be very important. Although we see the boss, it looks like he was experimenting with the 89 NZAP.
Oh, it froze a little bit.
Yeah, I'm... Okay,
oh, okay.
There we go. We're back. But yeah, 89 NZAP. Are we going to see a super turf war focused gameplay coming out from Crème Fresh?
Well, that's kind of the meta with Mahi zones. Double cherry?
Spanish Army? What?
Hello? What is this? I thought Jonah was going to go with Sniper of all things.
Well, Yona's been transitioning, wants to like stop playing Sniper, so that you see him experimenting with different weapons and stuff like this. What is this match going to be? I am so curious. The double cherry tells me that they definitely want to go in for the kills. They want to get the kills on top of the zones, cover the zones as quickly as they can with the burst shots, and then just get that bubble going. They can just roll their way over. Now I'm slightly worried about the 89 pickup from DeBoss.
Yeah, DeBoss is I think he was talking. But yeah, they're going to go for that extra turf. The Ink Strike can definitely help, since Jordy does never usually run gold. He always runs vanilla. He doesn't need the supplementary kit of the gold to exacerbate his map control. Alright, and they're going for the double cherry strat. This will be interesting. Woo!
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, only here first on Full Wipe.
I mean, we've seen people say that the double 10 attack very strong, very standard. Double cherry though is new, definitely new. I'm very excited to see what this goes. I mean, right away we're gonna see Crème Fresh immediately get the first capture. That's thanks to the advantage of the extreme painting prowess of Crème Fresh's lineup here. DeBoss though not gonna be able to get the kill. 89 ends up not the best kill weapon though.
Now I'm surprised Layla out of all people, or not Layla, but Irmo out of all people would play a weapon like the cherry, usually associated with blasters or something. I don't think DeBoss is necessarily going for those aggressive plays, as you noted. You definitely need a little bit of damage with NZAP if you want to be aggressive, because defense can really screw you over. He's really going for just sprinkler spam, and the amount of movement speed and painted potential combined with
oh my gosh. He's caught up by the sniper there as well. Brian was able to snipe him
Great
out.
snipe.
I gotta say, Crème Fresh's strategy is actually kind of working here. The focus on just inking the territory so hard is causing Spanish Army to figure out what they're supposed to focus on. The double cherry idea was pretty neat in concept. They wanted to go for the double bubble, go for the kills. Irmo going into cherry is a pretty good idea so that you can just bulk up on those kills, and just work on that inking. But right now, Crème Fresh is outplaying them. DeBoss though, again, DeBoss not going to be able to get the kill once again here, so he's going to have to work hard, especially to get the kills. But his job right now is to just ink turf. He is going to get the ink strikes down. He is going to get the turf. He is going to get the sprinklers down and just annoy as much as he can the hell out of Spanish Army.
You know, funny that Jonah is going for the Urza cherry build. Usually he goes for special charge and usually goes for like a lot of special charge and not a lot of damage. He can usually be pretty reliant on his aim. The boss is gonna be waiting in the shadows.
Oh, the boss! He can't get the kill still. The bubble's there. Oh, he can't get out in time with the timer. It's already at 4 points for Crayfish. And Crayfish are gonna close this one out.
Wow.
The turf war strategy.
That out. Jonah killed 2 right at the end there, and yeah, they were down, but I think Sporty was staying. Yeah, I mean, a single to 1.5 Dynamo Flicks. Wow, Brian just dominated that match.
Spanish Army at bay. I mean, Spanish Army was definitely going for a kill lineup there, but Crème Fresh is like, we're not gonna bother with kills. We're just gonna paint the zones. Hey, Brian, you want to be the killer? Okay, just stay there and just snipe anyone that comes close. We'll just focus on painting the zone.
Definitely, Mahi is very good. It's an E-Leader positive map with lots of the distances.
Wide open spaces, good purchase for the E-Leader to be on top of, lots of stage coverage that it has, and a lot of its different perches. And
okay, seems like Crème Fresh is going to go with the classic counter picking with their own team members. They have so many people that play a lot of different weapons. They can't strategy. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought out Hero here because Splat lanes are pretty good in establishing his heart. Nope, they're going to get back Kronos. Also, I'm sorry guys if I mistake some weapons for what people play. It's more so like assuming things. What weapon did Kronos play that last match?
He did not play. He was switched out with Sporty.
Oh, I just
yeah, that's why the composition was like super turf war focused, which is not a composition you normally see, and it worked out for that map and mode. And we're gonna see how this is gonna work. Piranha Pit tower control, and again another open map. They have to contest against Brian. Brian's snipe game is so on point right now. So it look. I mean, once again,
Spanish going with. Yeah, DeBoss going with the classic rapid. They switched out Beanox here because, correct me if I'm wrong, but whenever I see people talk about Beanox or I'm reminded of Beanox, I think of playstyle of Brian. Well, I don't know. I guess it could depend. I'm not sure exactly why they switched out Brian there. Maybe they wanted a slightly different playstyle because tower control on Piranha Pit can take a little bit to start up because it can be really easily countered by it can be hard countered by the time it reaches 75, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah,
so
you see Crème Fresh definitely going for that tower control lineup here. You got 2 invincibility specials, you got the 10 attacks there for the kills, and Spanish Army going for a very like up close composition here. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how they're gonna deal with Beanox.
Yeah, they definitely. I'm very interested to see how DeBoss deals with air mode, because I think it can pretty much match the CRB in terms of distance.
Well, here we go right now. Both sides just changing, just like going each other's side right now. Just slowly make their way forward. Actually, one member of Spanish Army, they're going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far for both sides right now, so no one gonna really touch that tower quite yet. We did see Crème Fresh just touch it just a little bit, but Kronos gonna be taken out very quickly right there. Another one gonna be taken out as well. Yona on a roll right now, showing his flexibility, going from sniper to shooter, and it's working out pretty well. They're gonna get a very slight lead here, just building up their specials. They're gonna go for the kills once again here. Have the Ingzuka at the ready. Let it rip. Here we go. Trying to focus down Beanox on the boss. Neither gonna get the hit on though.
Yeah, not much happening again. This is with most tower control maps very early.
Ooh,
gonna get
nice catch onto Kronos. And Yona just going in all over the place right now. The moment we're
they're 2 down, but they're just gonna be pushing again and keeping back Beanox to the point where he can't do anything and make any meaningful. Is gonna get what an expert setup. Such a Bob setup from Kronos there. They're still going to be pushing. And
just a little bit. They have to get off the tower right now. The boss is going to be
Will
there.
the
with
boss?
Yeah, we have right there. You see Jonah just trying to jump on top of the tower. The boss is right there with a very clean direct. Ooh, but the Spanish Army, they're still going on top of the tower. They are going to get another kill onto Leela. Leela pushing the tower just a little slightly more. But the boss does have the bubble at the ready, so they can defend this tower very nicely. Jonah trying to go for the tower once again. Going to be taken out once more by DeBoss. DeBoss just keeping an eye on the tower, making sure it doesn't go too far. Bubble now going to be popped as well. We're trying to choke out Leela in the corner there. And now just going to resume control here. Got to be a little bit careful though. Yordi is flinging out a ton of ink. Can't get too close to him. And, suction bomb. And suddenly a suction bomb ends everything. Isn't that just life? And right now, we are going to see Crème Fresh. They're going to contest this lead right now. They're trying to push that tower to the middle of the map there, but not quite enough. Spanish Army is going to be there. Yordi just putting out so much defensive power here right now. And Crème Fresh have to back out for the time being. They can't afford to lose the special they've been able to build up here. They're starting to try to bait out as much as they can. Oh, Kronos! Gonna be taken out instantly. One sight, and that's all Yona needs to get that kill.
Oh man, and Jonah, I haven't been saying anything. Really,
the boss.
Really tight.
The boss, he needs to get out of here as much fast as he can right now, but it looks like he got stuck in the very back corner of himself here. And Yoda, he's actually going after Benox. Just swims straight towards Benox's positioning, forcing Benox back a little bit. He sees the jump and coming in as well.
Again, this lack of QR may make some inconsistencies in terms of the spawn time, and they may not be able to properly defend if they are jumping, you know, and subsequently pushing the tower. If they are wiped, Crème Fresh is wiped. So that could present an issue. Jonah is just going to be staying. Oh wow, caught up again.
Oh, Kyver dodges the Inkzuka shot nicely as well there for himself. He's going to stay alive for a short time, but DeBoss going to be taken out as well. And so far, Spanish Army is still maintaining the lead here.
Yeah, surprisingly, Crème Fresh actually had a very good opportunity for a push there, but I think they just got stopped because they got, like, wiped by a margin of 2 to 3, and they just couldn't keep up the pressure. Wow, the important double kill with the collateral. Okay,
right, this is the chance for the...
But
to be taken away, but no! Oh, Yona once again defending that tower! Oh, it's a full team wipe for Yona!
Or else you get wiped like that. It's all about the pressure. It's all about keeping up. Okay, he is able to get airmo. They're not... This is so hard.
Very careful here. He has a lot of map control going for himself. He also has the bubble going away. Gets a nice shot onto Irma. Irma trying to go for a very aggressive attack there. And DeBoss, he has the bubble to hold on to the tower. Has the bubble just in time. So he's there. He is going to be able to fend him off. Thanks to the mine and suction bomb combination. Thanks to the friend. Leela also going to take it direct to the face. Once again, Crème Fresh going to be given another chance here. Irma going to be taken out as well. The respawns need to come in right now. Coming for the Kraken going to come in. Oh, they're going to push on the Kraken. The Kraken gets pushed up. They are going to get Yoda off the tower. Leela's going to take it out as well. Yoda's going to be taken out as well there. Going to get quadruple. It's a quadruple for DeBoss. They take the lead.
Let's go, DeBoss. Oh my god. This man. Oh my, that was the clutchest quad I have ever seen. Can somebody click that?
Who cares about quick respawn stealth jump? If you can predict it coming, you can take them out like crazy. And Spanish Army tried so hard to jump their way to that tower, but DeBoss just simply sat back and just laid waste into Spanish Army's jumps.
Just reading all of those positions right there. Wow, I really expected that to be in Spanish Army, win. These sets, man.
That was outstanding coming out from DeBoss there, just getting the kills, holding on to that tower so well. He had that bubble there, and Yona was so close to getting him off that tower. It actually caught him by surprise, but he had the bubble there to protect himself. He had the mines to fend them off, got the kill thanks to the suction bomb. And from then on, Spanish Army just had a hard time defending, and this is, again, the lack of range is kind of hurting Spanish Army. Because when they get out-zoned like that, how do you push in when you can't contest that range?
And when Spanish Army was controlling the overall match, Crème Fresh was only able to get in one decent push before they just got wiped and wiped again, and then they're able to just... And you also notice before, when they were pushing down that hallway past the conveyor. DeBoss was the key part in just getting rid of these stealth jumpers, or the people that like to swarm to the tower, and getting people with the amount of damage that he does possess. And he really succeeded that role at the end. So Rainmaker on Hammerhead.
Yep, this is going to be very interesting. I'm actually kind of surprised we're not going to see. Does Kronos plays? I don't know if Kronos plays a splat lane, because I don't know if either side actually have splat lane dedicated mains.
The only splat lane dedicated player is Hero, but they haven't subbed into Hero. I would really feel comfortable with a splat lane. Damage Hydra is very unfair on the Hammerhead, extremely unfair, especially when it has movement speed.
The boss, though, it looks like he might be thinking about sticking with the Rapid Blaster. It's been working out so well for him, and the bubble is always a very nice thing to have there. I mean, it looks like they're just going to go with the same lineup here, a nice little kill-focused lineup, although not really well built for Rainmaker. Let's see how this one turns out. This could be the final game.
Yeah.
Spanish Army need to find a way to come back into this match.
That's a decent comp for Hammerhead, but they're going to have to aim. All of them are going to have to aim generally well in order to, push forward, because it's so hard pushing upwards. Spanish Army's composition I really like, because I think it really equalizes or cancels out a lot of their roles, so they're all playing kind of at their maximum capacity. Anyway, Jonah's going to be going to the right side and just trying to build a bubble as he usually does in a Hammerhead.
Yeah, so this is actually almost the same lineup they used on the first game in Mahi Mahi, except this time we're going to see Irma going to go straight to a blaster. So they're going to have a little more coverage here around the corners this time, and just contest the position of the sniper a little bit more.
Okay. Both people are going to have bubble. I don't know.
Oh, Yona.
Okay, nice.
Ooh, the jump out's there though, but oh no, Yona from behind! Oh, look behind you. The Rainmaker push going to be stopped at the 84-point marker. They still have it in their hands. They can quickly jump back in. It's a 3-man weapon on the side of Crème Fresh. That's not looking good for them right now. They can. Still not going to be able to push that Rainmaker quite yet. Okay, there it goes right now. Yona going to go for the jump in right now to support his teammates here. Going to defend the side lanes. The bubble going to come out as well, defend himself even more. Going to be taken up by the Rainmaker shot, and they push it all the way to the 62-point marker. And Yona going for a very aggressive jump in.
Yeah, kind of an awkward position for the Rainmaker there. Putting it right above the block. Oh, smart positioning there. Going to be able to pop the Rainmaker and force them to play by their rules.
Yeah, Echolocator is going to be up though, so they have to be a little bit careful with how they play around this one. And Yona positioning requires that his opponents don't know what they are, but they are not coming towards his direction, it looks like. Where is Crème Fresh? Okay, there it is. There's a blast on the wall. He has to get out of there right now. Or at least defend with the wall.
Yeah, the Rainmaker's just staying here. I do notice one of the 10 attacks is.
Oh my gosh, that 3-man wipe. They were trying to push the Rainmaker just a little bit farther out, but it was a little bit too late. They all three got caught out on top of there. And that Rainmaker going to be now taken by Crème Fresh. Oh, the bomb's coming out! The boss tried so hard to jump his way around, but his teammates are going to pick up the kill for him. It's going to be even trades for both sides right now. But the Rainmaker is going to be in Crème Fresh's hands.
Yeah, the only real counter to Jordy is Beanox, but Beanox is constantly being harassed by all of these different shooter weapons. Oh, okay. So, yeah, because I noticed they're trying to push upwards, but Jordy was just raining down hell in general. So.
Oh my gosh, Yona is just going crazy right now, taking out the boss, taking out Kronos, the Rainmaker right now, and now he's going to try to hold down this right little lane here for himself. I'll be a little bit careful there. Bedox is on his tail right now. The Echolocator is going to be there, but right now going to disappear for the time being, and I'll be a little careful with how he approaches. But back off for the time being. 2 are down from the side of Spanish Army, so they don't want to push this one too far. They have the slight lead right now. They want to keep it for as long as they can. Oh, DeBoss just bypasses the wall, though. Very nice shot there coming out from DeBoss. He's going to go for an... Oh, we're going to see a slight replay of that moment there coming out from DeBoss. Nice kill onto Yordi as well. They're going to stop the push here. Oh! Oh, where are the shots? Where are the shots? And not quite enough. It's going to be a trade. Thanks to Inkby. But they get the lead on the top side of the deck. It costs them a 3-man wipe. But it doesn't matter. Crème Fresh have the lead and are looking to close this match out for themselves.
What an amazing diversion. I think if he didn't kill Irmo, they wouldn't have gotten that push forward. Disrespectful wall kill.
Kronos was just sitting there in the corner, did not see the wall coming towards on top of him, and he just rained down ink on top of him. But DeBoss is going to be able to pick up the kill, has to hide behind the wall from the Rainmaker and Ink Ziggler coming out. But he is going to stay safe for the time being, is ready to snipe out that Killer Whale if it comes around the corner. You see Kronos also sneaking around the wall there too, but it looks like they are going to be able to stop the Rainmaker. And we're in the final minute of this match. Spanish Army need to push this Rainmaker even farther now, but Crème Fresh playing this one very defensively, very zone heavy.
Yeah, they have definitely recovered from these awkward Rainmaker positions, and I appreciate the defensive play that's flowing from DeBoss. He has one on the
Gets a kill with DeBoss, so that's going to be start of one kill. Can get another one. That's another one down on the side of Crème Fresh. Spanish Army looking for any opportunity they can to get this Rainmaker going towards the other side right now. Unfortunately, the Rainmaker popped from behind. Kronos going to pick that one up, but Kronos going to be taken down as well. Oh, right on top of the wall!
2 down, but gets sniped by Beanox. Beanox is sitting in their bunker, but he could be rushed at any moment. They just have to push it forward and kill Beanox, and they should be good. Okay.
Oh no, 2 down though. The Rainmaker though, it's there, but the bubble's there to keep the boss safe to get the Rainmaker kill, and that's gonna be game!
And that's the 6th and final set of the tournament. Crème Fresh is gonna take that 3-0 over Spanish Army. And 2 amazing, well, the second game was amazing. First game was kind of a trounce, but then the next 2 games, 2 amazing comebacks.
Yep,
so good stuff to Crème Fresh. Both teams played beautiful. Both teams played amazing.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The last match of the day here with Crème Fresh closing out 3-0 against Spanish Army. You can see the final tally mark. We see Rising Moon 9-2. Crème Fresh, they are 5-6. Spanish Army 3-6. Extermination 5-6. So Rising Moon, the clear champion of this one here. This little exhibition match up over here right now. Crème Fresh and Extermination, tied scores thanks to that 3-2, 3-2 moments.
Alright, and I think it's going to be the end of the tournament. I don't know if they have closing videos to put on. It says it's over, or the people say it's over.
I think it's coming up. Conclusion. I don't know. I'm waiting for music to happen. I'm waiting for something to happen. But in any case, I mean, this was a very good day of watching these 4 teams just duke it out against each other, and we almost saw that comeback against Rising Moon from Extermination, which I think is the highlight there. There's Extermination coming in, trouncing on Rising Moon. We also see Crème Fresh coming in with that win over that really strong play against Extermination as well. Spanish Army 3-0ing Extermination right off the bat. I mean, all 4 of these teams just showed off incredible plays, and it was just fabulous to watch.
So many things to remember as well. Staff roll is going to come up in 10 seconds. I think it might be time to say our closing thoughts, and I guess we'll be off. Oh, after this? I don't know when we're supposed to.
The staff roll should be. Staff roll? Yeah, here you go.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, FULLWIPE, such an amazingly run tournament. Shout out to the entirety of television for pushing the boundaries of Splatoon esports. I really appreciate what they do for the community, and I hope they get even bigger for when Splatoon 2 comes out, and their masterful broadcasting will be taken into effect. You could possibly explain the technicalities of their broadcast, because they had to restream a restream. And that requires a really, kind of beastly computer to even accomplish that at a respectively high bitrate.
Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching this amazing morning of Splatoon here. Also evening for the Europeans, but don't forget, we still have more Splatoon coming your way. Later today, we have the NNCL Cosmic number 3, and tomorrow will be the US Inkling Open. Make sure you guys watch. It's going to be an exciting weekend of Splatoon. Thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.